We started off as Titans, and now we're the Jets. The start of every season always starts with the sweats. Vinny T, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, what's the deal? Don't even try to tell me that the curse ain't real. We're coming for you, better run and hide. Snowball and Johnny boys, Jets worldwide. Why, yeah, boy. Like and subscribe. Fitzpatrick, the end of every season is always tragic. Doug Bryan missed, everybody got pissed. 2 Super Bowl seasons ended with just one twist. 15 years without the playoffs, is Aaron Glenn legit? We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit. We're coming for you, better run and hide. Snowball and Johnny boys, Jets worldwide. Like and subscribe.
It does not matter what players you put in an intro, someone's leaving. So it doesn't matter. So we could put whatever. We might put Garrett Wilson in and sooner or later, he's leaving. So anyway, Johnny boy, it's Friday.
It is Friday, and I would have to say probably one of the longest weeks in a while. This weather does not know if it wants to be cold, if it wants to be hot. It has a complete mind of its own. But you know what? It is Friday. We put all of that aside. It is Jets worldwide, wide. It is Friday night. We're ready to hang out, talk some New York Jets. We got some debuting of special guests that we have here with us. I've been a huge fan of them for a while now, and I cannot wait. So with that being said, I feel like we should just bring them on now and go from there. And you know what? I'll let you introduce the first individual if you would like.
All right. We got a guy coming down from Texas, the Texan Gunny Gumby. Bring him in, Johnny.
I got him.
The Texan.
Yo, what's up, gents? What's up?
In the building. In the building.
I feel like I need to clarify. Like, I grew up in New Jersey. I only reside now in Texas because of the military service. This is how we got here. But I'm definitely a Jersey guy first, and then Texas just happens to be where I live now.
All right, we won't fault you on that one.
Hey, that Texas hip hop scene is no joke, though, man. So, look, Swisher House and the whole nine, dude. I'm a big Paul Wall fan, bro. So I love hip hop. If you can't tell, Gunny. And,
they out here,
dude. That whole, and then now they got that kid. What's his name? OT Mexican. Right, that's coming out. Yeah,
I don't think I heard him.
Some young buck, so we could go.
Mexican. Okay.
Yeah, man. I got a song called Johnny Dang, and he brings out Paul Wall on it. So definitely, But yeah, I'll go into a full deep dive of Texas hip hop because, dude, it's not talked about enough, right? But the food game out in Texas is all
now we're talking as well. See, so, I know the food game out here.
Bro, I think half the musicians that Johnny talks about, I think he just makes up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm over here like, man, I feel like I should know this. I don't know. You said OT who?
OT Mexican.
Mexican.
That sounds like, what I'm saying, off the cuff. You just came up with AI or something and made that one up.
It's a real cat.
It's probably real though. Like it is Texas. It's probably very real.
Well, next up here. So we got double the features today, and I can't wait. So I'm a big fan of his work as well. I was actually on the show a little bit earlier today. We were talking and discussing about what's going on within the draft, which route we're going to go to, but I cannot wait. And with that being said, I'm going to bring in our guy, DK, who is in the building here with us.
Yo, what's up, DK?
What's going on, DK?
DK, you're muted, but you listen. You got heavy hitters tonight.
Oh, we definitely
heavy hitters.
And we got some guys talking a little bit about that. But what's going on, DK?
We got you now. You're not muted anymore. Go ahead. Oh, the mic is not.
Let me unmute myself.
Oh, there he is.
There you are.
We got you now.
There he is. There he is.
Yeah, out here breaking. I'm out here breaking stuff. That's me. Blame it on me. Blame it on me.
It's
all right,
worldwide's fault. Y'all decided to break the internet tonight.
Hey, what we do, man. So what's going on, everybody? How's everybody's Friday? I hope everybody's Friday is it's a good one so far. You know, I think actually, is it a good Friday? Or my class already?
No, not yet. It's not a good Friday yet.
Well, it's a good Friday when you have these guys on the actual show of Jets Worldwide.
Best Friday we got.
I appreciate you, boys. I appreciate you, boys. What up, DK? You and I ain't been on screen together in like it feels like over a year, bro. We used to host our own show together. And it's been too long.
I was telling Johnny about that earlier today. I was like, it's gonna be some danger today. It's been a long time. But yeah, man, it's been good. I'm happy to see everybody's channel growing worldwide. I know y'all eclipsed the 500 mark.
Congrats.
Hit the 2K.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you.
We're on the way to 1K now.
Yesterday, if not the day before. So
it is a grind, I would have to say. I did not think that it was so much stuff that goes into play when you're doing content and putting out content. And, you know, there's so much stuff that's out there too. So I feel like there's something for everybody, which is great. And we are really looking for, and we get to talk Jets, right? So, but today, to begin the show itself, I do want to go ahead and give some, kind of sad news, right? I think the Hollywood world, a lot of heroes that I might have had when I was growing up. Quick story. This individual, I used to watch him with my grandfather, right? And RIP to my grandpa. My grandfather didn't know English, all right? So, but he loved him some Chuck Norris, man. So it was Chuck Norris, Bronson, and of course, for some reason, he always had John Wayne up there.
It's a classic.
He had no idea what any of them guys were saying or whatever they were doing, you know, but it was all about shooting and, you know.
Hey, American icons, bro. American icons. He understood.
100%.
Know anything. Everybody understands the crust.
But we have to go ahead and give a little bit of a RIP to our guy, Chuck Norris. Some say that when death came knocking at his door, he went ahead and said, hey, it's my turn now. I'm taking over the role. So that's what I heard, man. I don't know, dude. Chuck Norris was that guy, but RIP to Chuck Norris, man. So, which was wild. It happened today, unfortunately. You guys have any thoughts on Chuck Norris? Memories or anything?
Oh, bro, listen, man. Chuck Norris is definitely one of those guys that, as a military man myself, like I appreciate, right? So a lot of people, I don't know if y'all know this, but like Chuck's name was actually like Carlos. It was like Carlos freaking Norris, right? Like he got the name Chuck from when he joined the Air Force. It became like his nickname from like his Air Force buddies that gave it to him coming out of boot camp, or Lakeland Air Force Base, whatever they call their boot camp. The only thing I can knock Chuck Norris for is that he joined the Air Force, vice joining like the Marine Corps, you know what I'm saying? Like a real military service. But nevertheless, it counts, right? Since he did get to wear a uniform. But now, like in terms of like what he did, man, he was like, if Air Force was ever going to be deemed to be badass in any capacity, like Chuck Norris embodied that. He was like a freaking he learned judo in the Air Force. He learned another form of martial arts. I forget what it was, but he was like an Air Force like champion in 1961. He was named like all Air Force freaking champion in like lightweight division for martial arts. Like the dude is legitimately a badass. Like, it wasn't all just for TV, which is why Chuck Norris became like the GOAT meme in the military. Like in terms of goated, if you were in the military across all branches, like Chuck Norris was the guy that you utilized to go ahead and talk jokes. In regards to your mama jokes, talking shit to other freaking individuals, Chuck Norris was usually the epitome of the butt of the joke. So like, yeah, Chuck Norris had a lot of respect in the military community, man. We lost a good one. But hey, 86, I think he was 86 years old. You got to appreciate that, man. He died with loved ones around him. So he went out in Chuck Norris style, man. So RIP to him, but definitely I got to go back and start binging some Chuck Norris movies now.
Dude, there's just so many, bro. Like one of the iconic scenes, right? When him and Bruce Lee are fighting, right?
Yep.
Like that's one that I think probably a lot of people have watched. There's just a lot, dude. I mean, there's just so many. DK, any comment on Chuck Norris?
Yeah, man. First off, rest in power to him for sure. And much like with everybody else here, I'm assuming, right? Pretty integral part of the come up. He actually had started my journey into trying to join the military, and then unfortunately I ended up having some injuries and stuff. Otherwise, I probably would have been in the Marines around the same time Gunny was in there. But yeah, man, I think back to all the childhood jokes and stuff, going to school, and the best way I can send them off is, death didn't claim Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris claimed death. So it'll be good. I kind of love these periods, as sad as they are, because you get to go back and reminisce on kind of like the best parts of some of their lifespans and what they did to help uplift or get people through some stuff. So I'm going to have a ball going back and checking out the movies and the shows and like hearing the tidbits of some of his career stuff like we got from Gunny. I think that's always some of the best parts about revisiting their space in life. So again, rest in power to him, man. He did well for the time he was able to come and bring some joy for all of us.
Hell yeah. Snowball?
Who would not enjoy working out with Christy Brinkley? Like, this man worked out with Christy Brinkley in the total gym. So like Chuck Norris was the total gym. Yeah, I love Chuck Norris. Actually, my brother, rest in peace, my brother. But he was Chuck Norris's twin. So people used to see my brother, and I would walk with him, and they'd be like, "You related to Chuck Norris?" I'd be like, no, that's just my brother. He looks exactly like Chuck Norris. But yeah, and Enter the Dragon, like these are movies. These are Walker Texas Ranger. Like you can't deny this man's like movie, television, like all of his excellence. Everywhere he has entered, he has made a name for himself, and like those jokes, right? Like Chuck Norris doesn't do push-ups; he just pushes the earth away from him. So like he is a legend, and God bless and God rest Chuck Norris.
Yeah, dude, we got some in the chat right here. Chuck Norris counted to infinity twice. Shout out to Bill M. When Chuck Norris slices onions, the onions cry. Dude, it is the truth, man. So just to what Gunny was saying a little bit earlier, the memes that would constantly come out, right? It was amazing, man. So I mean, look, I got one from New York Jets situation report. I wonder who that is, right? I wonder who that is. Hey, Chuck Norris once walked into a Marine recruiter's office by mistake. The Marine Corps immediately updated their motto to "The few, the proud, the terrified." Oh, amazing. Amazing. But again, man, yeah, rest in power to Chuck Norris, man. A legend, a true legend. Gone, but will never be forgotten.
That's for sure.
But this is
dark off.
It is Jets worldwide.
Dude, it's gonna go back. Like I know that, right?
The Chuck Norris jokes are coming, bro.
They are coming out of nowhere today. They're coming out of nowhere today, dude. Gunny's about to start hitting up a few of his, from back in the day.
Yup.
And it just randomly
about to pull out the old Rolodex of freaking jokes. Like, all right, start posting them.
Oh man,
I'm still in that one, DK. I'm still in that one.
Yeah, nah, trust me, I done let that rip like several times today, and I'm laughing just as hard every time.
But there's a lot of stuff that has occurred within the New York Jets, right? So I want to get into it. I think we should. Somebody came back. Somebody came back home, right? And it's a lot of the fan base is kind of torn about it, right? A lot of the fan base doesn't know what to do. But we have somebody that is back wearing the green and white. He was drafted by us, and it is Geno Smith. So it's a Geno Smith homecoming. So I want to ask you guys your thoughts on Geno Smith coming back. Like, are you for it? Are you against it? You know, and if so, why? DK, let us know.
Yeah, man, I'm all for it, right? This is a very similar situation, different context to like the Justin Fields free agency the year prior, where you look at the list of options, a bunch of uninspiring stuff out there. But unlike Justin Fields, when you look back 2 years ago, and really the primary period is 2022 to like 2024 with the Seahawks, right? But when you look at what he was doing over the span of that time, people were talking about him as a legitimate like top 7 quarterback. And again, history doesn't necessarily repeat itself to that degree. In the NFL, every year is essentially unique. That's why when you have consistency at a high level at the quarterback position, you start to look at those guys as legends and all pros and all that kind of stuff. But in a terrible offense last year with the Raiders, piss poor offensive line, essentially no weapons because Brock Bowers was there for small portions of time. He still damn near put up 4,000 yards, 20 touchdowns plus, right? So, or borderline 20 plus touchdowns. When I look at him, like the arm talent still stands out to me. There's a little bit of a lack of athleticism that's there, but he's not necessarily missing anything in my eyes that would keep this offense from being unsuccessful. It's really just going to be a matter of which version of Geno are we getting? Are we getting the Raiders or are we getting the Seahawks? And I would bet money that the Raiders year is really the anomaly over the course of his career after he's kind of gotten his second chance revival. So we'll see, right? The hope here is that Frank Reich and Musgrave can kind of work their magic behind the scenes to just make it a easy environment for him. The whole process of how we've gotten the offense to where it is now was to be able to just install a quarterback and hopefully we were good. So if we built it out the proper way, Geno Smith is a guy that should be able to come in here and succeed out the gate.
100%. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, a few shows ago, I stated that it was like I wanted Geno. Geno needed to be out of everything. Dude, we had a show where we literally put the individuals of quarterbacks that were coming out and you just wanted to throw up. It was so bad. And I was just like, dude, are we really trying to like talk about bringing back a Joe Flacco? Are we really having a conversation about that right now? Carson Wentz, right? Are we really talking about bringing I don't know, name the other individual that was bad? But Gunny, your thoughts on Geno?
Yeah, no, I think DK said it perfectly, right? Like in terms of the options that we had out there, you also are alluding to that, is that he was probably the best option that the New York Jets had if they're looking to go ahead and see some progress in terms of wins, right? And there's some good to like about this, man. So he's a proven above average starter. And people are going to tell you that this guy's a bum. That's not true, man. When he's supported, he has proven that he's an above average starter. So, like, let's go from 22 to 2024, right? In Seattle, where Smith had the fourth, I think, highest or fourth most passing yards of any quarterback in that span. He had like a 95.6 or 7 passer rating. He was like 14th out of like 40 something qualified signal callers. So the dude went to the Pro Bowl in 2 of those freaking campaigns and led the Seahawks to a 27-22 record. He is an above average freaking offense. And again, what DK said it was in regards to the whole Frank Reich then, he does kind of fit the style of Frank Reich's offense like a glove, if we're being honest, man. Reich's 2 favorite route types, the in-dig and the drag, happen to be Smith's 2 best routes by EPA per attempt. Like, he actually had seen high levels of success doing that. And by like a significant margin. It's not like a little amount. So he fits that. Now, his worst route, I would say, is probably the post. And if you look at a lot of Reich's offense, it's also the route that he uses the least. So again, when you look at bringing in Geno Smith and you're looking at it from a 10,000, like feet point of view, it matches up with what a guy like Frank Reich wants to do. I think the Raiders situation, man, was a lot to do with system failure, not just Geno. Now, Geno was bad. I'm not making excuses. He was bad, but his turnover-worthy plays in 2025 sat at just like 2.6%. Which means like he really put the ball in genuinely dangerous spots. Now, the interceptions were largely products of, I would say, bad luck and worse design. Again, I'm not making excuses for him because 2025 was ugly, and you can't really fully explain that away. He did lead the league with 17 interceptions in 2025 with a QBR of like 34. Absolutely gross. He was the worst among non-rookie quarterbacks, and he went 2-13. So a lot to hate about what you saw when it comes to him. He's also 35 years old. The age wall is real. But again, you're talking about a guy who's coming in here as a bridge option and with better weapons around him. And I do believe, like with Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, Mason Taylor, and we're going to be getting a stud, I think, in the upcoming draft at receiver. He's going to have a significantly better supporting cast than the Raiders offered him, to include a better offensive line. Listen, I think Geno raises the floor. He does. I think he raises the floor. If we were hoping the New York Jets were going to get the first overall pick, which I thought was going to be the case coming into this offseason, Geno Smith kind of takes that away from us. I get it. He just gave that to the Raiders, but the Jets are going to be better in 2026 than they were in 2025. And in large part because Smith is here and he's legitimately an average quarterback. We had historically bad quarterback play the last couple of years, right? And that's just been our normal. He's going to be average to below average and maybe even elevated a little bit more because of the system fit and because of the weapons we put around him. So if we were banking on the Jets getting the first overall pick next year, it's not going to be through our draft pick. I think he raises that floor for us. We're going to be in the top 5 still. I would say that. But Geno Smith was probably the best option available, and you're going to see a couple of extra wins this year because of it. But again, I don't think he's the answer. I think at best he's the placeholder. Adding Smith kind of just reinforces the belief that New York will look to get this franchise quarterback in next year's draft. So the Jets are simply a team right now in transition without realistic franchise quarterback options available this offseason. He was the best guy, and because of it, I think the bottom line is Geno is a calculated, like, low-risk bridge option, but the Jets need the Seattle version of him to show up, right? Like, not the Las Vegas version. The scheme fits. The weapons are better. The cost is very minimal. He didn't cost us anything, especially after we were able to get rid of Justin Fields' contract for, in essence, the same $3 million savings that we have to pay for Geno. But again, 35 years old. There's no guarantee which Geno walks through the door in September and he's automatically a franchise guy. I don't think that's even in the cards. But he can be an average to maybe surprise us and be an above average freaking starter for us.
100%. I mean, I think he's walking into a situation where you feel confident in the O-line, right? You like what they're building. I do like the Dylan Parham pickup. You know, I know a lot of people were kind of criticizing it because they were like, oh, you got him from the Raiders, and you know, it's essentially it's crap from crap, right? So it's still supposedly crap. But if you look at his numbers, he had a better overall grade than Simpson, if I'm not mistaken. You know, the versatility that the individual has is really good, that you could kind of, you know, Swiss Army knife him or anything moving around if you need to, right or left guard. You know, if something was to happen and maybe the center gets hurt, Tippmann could go in there. He could move into guard. And I don't know. There's a lot that comes along with this guy that I'm excited for. But Geno Smith, you know, I really feel like he's going to play with a chip on his shoulder. And I think he has something to prove. You know, he's 35. You know, he's been a backup. He's been a journeyman, you know. So I don't feel like he has a lot of wear and tear on him like most 35 quarterbacks you would get coming to what I think this is a third team, if I'm not mistaken, or fourth or fifth. I don't know how many teams, because he's been a lot. He was a Charger, he was a Giant,
a Raider, a Giant.
Yeah, so
yeah, he's been around.
He's been around. So I think that comes into play too, being able to adapt, you know, and I think I mean, he's not the future, right? He's not the franchise, right? And I think him knowing that, and if we end up getting a quarterback in 2027 or a quarterback this year, whatever move that the New York Jets are going to do, it's going to benefit and help out because you're not going to have that, fighting amongst everybody in the locker room, especially in that quarterback room itself. Your thoughts on that, Snowball?
I'm a scenario guy, so I'm going to paint a very beautiful picture for you. Right? We have Geno Smith. Now, listen, the only thing that we're missing really is Nick Folk, right? Like if Nick Folk would have stayed, this would have been the perfect scenario because you have Geno Smith, you have Demario Davis. If Nick Folk would have stayed, that would have been amazing. Aaron Glenn, at the time that Geno Smith was here, he was a scout, right? So here we have the perfect storm of all these people coming back to the Jets or staying with the Jets in order to save the franchise and bring us back to the playoffs, right? I am all for Geno Smith. Now, last year we said that Justin Fields was the best choice that we had at a quarterback. And before the show, we were talking with Gunny, and Gunny said that Geno Smith, right, was probably the best choice that we had to bring back as a quarterback. The thing is that this time, right, we get it right. We get it right. Geno Smith has something to prove. He said in the podcast that he was on with Michael Irvin, right, that God brought him back, right, to finish business, to make things right. And the thing is that Geno Smith has come back, right? Like if you love something, you ever hear that saying, right? If you love something, let it go, right? But if it comes back, it's yours forever. So the thing is, Geno Smith, and I'm not saying he's a savior, but what I'm saying is he might possibly be the best chance that we have to get back into the playoffs, right? With the experience that he has, and he said, at some point, it starts to get into your head and you start to understand the game, right? And now being this journeyman and him being with so many teams, he says that he understands the game. Last year, as you guys discussed before, was a very unfortunate situation for Geno Smith. I think there was a conflict of leadership. There was a conflict of play calling. There was a breakdown of the offensive line, right? It gave him a lot of problems, a lot of interceptions. But he said that he is working with his trainer over this offseason to get those things out of his system. He's really trying to eliminate the interceptions this offseason. And being the journeyman that he is, and he'll be, 36 this season, right? 36 years old, playing with the Jets. The experience that he has, for me, it's the perfect scenario, right? Him, Aaron Glenn, Demario Davis, right? Because he spoke to Demario Davis before he came back. He said he spoke to Glenn first, and Glenn was told him the plan, and he bought in. But then Demario Davis called him up and said, let's do this. Let's come back and let's make things right. So I'm going with Geno. I think he's going to be our best bet. Do I say playoffs? Yeah, I'm saying we sneak in to the playoffs with Geno Smith, and that's where I'm leaving it.
Oof. I mean, hey, playoffs.
Why not? Why not? Why not?
I would love it. And look, what we're talking about is the White House with Michael Irvin. It's on Netflix, guys. Check it out. It's a full-blown, well over an hour interview with Geno Smith and Brandon Marshall. And they're talking a lot about when he came into the New York Jets, all the stuff that happened, how Brandon Marshall was able to be a mentor. Dude, he talks about he didn't have a mentor coming into the league itself. He didn't know what was going on. He was just going whatever, because I mean, the first year he was here, he wasn't supposed to start. That was the Snoopy dog, the Snoop
Snoopy
issue,
Bowl.
the Snoopy Bowl. There we go. Yeah,
Yes.
the Snoopy Bowl issue that occurred with Mark Sanchez, and getting injured and is done, and then they just boom throw him in there. So I don't know if you guys have watched it, right, Gunny? I don't know if DK, if you guys have watched it, but if you guys haven't, I recommend watching it. Dude, you could see it, man. Like, this dude says it, and he's like, I'm playing with a chip on my shoulder, and I'm ready for this shit. Like, I've never heard Geno Smith curse like that. And hearing him like that, but it wasn't on some, like, giving us bullshit and trying to feed us stuff just to say, hey guys, I'm back. I'm gonna like, he has something to prove. He wants to prove everybody that he still could be a guy that could compete in the league and be able to put a New York Jets team maybe to have a winning season. I don't know, dude. Look, all I know is I hope Geno Smith puts this team on the right course, and is from there it keeps going up for us. Because, dude, I'm tired of losing, man. Like, I'm tired of not being in games. I'm sick of that, dude. I'm sick of not having an offense. Dude, if he throws interceptions, good. Because that means to me he's throwing the ball downfield, trying to get it to his receivers. So I'm hoping that this will help out Garrett Wilson. I'm hoping this is going to help out AD Mitchell. I'm hoping this is going to help out whatever individual we get in the draft. So, DK, did you watch that? Have you seen anything of it at all? Or, have you had the opportunity to be able to watch that actual interview yet?
No, I haven't seen the full thing. I've seen snippets and bits and pieces. So I've seen the Josina Anderson parts of that interview. I've seen parts of the one that you referenced. I know there's a third one that he did out there as well. But I like to listen to those just so I can kind of get an idea for what the frame of mind is. I also know a lot of that's going to be, public media speak. But I don't expect I'm going to hear anything that wouldn't have me excited, right? Obviously, a return to a franchise that you failed to have success in after having success later, and then you still think you can achieve the same stuff. All of that is things that should get us fired up. But I don't know if there's anything that he would say or not say or not do right now that will make me feel differently about kind of my initial expectations right now prior to the draft.
Gunny, have you had an opportunity to watch that at all or anything in regards to the White House with Michael Irvin podcast?
I won't lie to you. No, I have not, but I know we spoke about it before the show kicked off, and I was able to go ahead and pull it up a little bit and kind of watch a little bit of the snippets and hearing it while you guys were talking. Honestly, man, he sounds genuine. Like, literally, like, watching just the snippets of it, he sounds genuine. I mean, a lot of it, you want to know this is a guy who's been in this game long enough to understand that he knows what they have to say. Another thing about Geno that you have to appreciate is that veteran presence. I think he's coming into this a little bit more mature than he was the first go around, right? He's grown, man. Being the journeyman that he was, he's got to work with some pretty good coaching staffs. You're getting a guy right now who I think is coming in with a chip on his shoulder. I believe so. This is a guy who really believed he was going to be the face of a franchise. This is a guy who really thought he was going to be the guy that leads the Jets to the promised land. He really believed this. And I think most quarterbacks, again, you want your quarterback to kind of have that dog in him. You want him to have that mentality. And most of these guys have worked their entire lives to achieve that goal. Sam Darnold just did it, right? The team he just left, Sam Darnold goes in there, boom, took him to the Super Bowl, and they won. I think that in itself, right? You're talking about the Jets quarterback that wind up replacing the Jets quarterback that was in Seattle and wind up getting to the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. That kind of stuff builds up, right? There's going to be something about him that I think he comes back here. Like we said, he's 35, going to be 36. He understands the window is freaking closing on him. He has to make something happen now. Do I believe that he believes he's going to come in here and freaking just light it up? I do believe that. I think when you're hearing him talk, he genuinely believes he's going to put in the work, that this is going to be where he makes it work, and he's going to make this fan base proud. I love the fact that he did state he wants to rebuild the relationship with the fan base. Clearly a guy who understands how passionate we are and what we bring to the table as a fan base as well. So that hit me where it matters most. I'm like, all right, you're saying the right things. As much as I believe he wants to be that dude, and I'm not going to sit here and say playoffs, I do believe that Geno Smith could, in essence, probably save Aaron Glenn's job. Because Aaron Glenn for me is going into the season on a hot seat. He is. And before the Geno Smith trade, I had him not making it past the bye week. And now with Geno Smith, specifically, if he figures some things out, and if the superpower of Aaron Glenn is legitimately freaking calling defenses, and he figures that part out, I love some of the moves we've made on the defense side of football, then you're talking about a situation where I think Geno Smith could be the piece that allows Aaron Glenn to save his job and to be a part of the process of getting the quarterback of the future next year. So that's a real thing. I don't know if we're going to the playoffs. I know we're not going to the Super Bowl. I don't think we're there yet. But all it takes is to get on a hot streak. And for all we know, he might have a Joe Flacco type of a freaking run. And next thing you know, we're going to the Super Bowl. Or what's that dude from the Eagles that did it for the Eagles after old boy went down? Yeah, Foles, Nick Foles. Yeah. He might have a Nick Foles. And those things happen in the NFL. They're anomalies. They're not the norm. But you never know when that might happen. And this could be the situation here. Again, I do believe Geno Smith elevates the floor of this team. And I do believe he thinks he's matured enough, grown enough, and is talented enough still with the current roster, with the current offensive line to really, really put it all together this coming year. But again, I'm not betting on that.
so Gunny and DKB, just to build off of what you just said, right? You said that Justin Fields has the possibility of saving AG's.
Not Justin Fields, Geno Smith. Justin Fields is
Geno Smith has right. Justin. All right. So Geno Smith
no,
stop. Rewind. Right. Sorry. Geno Smith has the possibility of saving AG's career with the Jets. Define that. Like, can you define Gunny? Can you define that? DKB, can you help define that?
Yeah.
No. I'll say it right now. I think what we witnessed from freaking Aaron Glenn last year, and I think the majority of us were excited about him coming in here and being the guy. We were passionate about the fact that he wanted to be the guy. And last year he showed us that he didn't. He seemed more lost than the average rookie rookie coach, right? It was concerning to kind of see him go out there week in and week out and not know what was going on, and then get in front of the podium and kind of backpedal in terms of what he was saying. The reasoning was a man who, mind you, when he first got here, he told us all that the team was great. It wasn't the team. It was the coaching that was the issue, and that they were going to do a fast turnaround because he understands how to coach. He's got the coaching staff put together, blah, 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 right? We thought going into last year that the team needed some talent. We all talked about it. All of us knew that. But our coach said, nope, talent is here. They weren't properly coached. Had some of us believing like, oh, okay, well, he's the coach. Maybe he knows better than we do. And clearly we were right. The talent wasn't there. But for me, it was about the fact that towards the back end of it all, he wound up blaming everybody else got the blame but him. The coaching staff that he's been preparing to put together all this time got fired, and he's the last remaining guy. So this isn't a guy that I think that freaking Woody Johnson has a lot of faith in. I do believe that this is going to be a get it done, show me you deserve to be here next year. Otherwise, we've got 3 first-round picks, a young offensive line, and a general manager that I really believe that Woody likes more so right now than Aaron Glenn, who would have the chance at picking his coach at the very least with the quarterback next year. So Geno Smith coming in here, I don't think you're going to see a 3-win season. I think Geno Smith actually elevates the floor of this team to potentially 6 wins. We're going to lose a lot of games, but I also think these losses aren't going to be blowouts and they're not going to be embarrassing. I think Geno Smith is going to be a fighter. I do believe the weapons we're going to add in the draft is going to be compelling. Arvell Reese, we all know it's going to be Arvell Reese with that 2nd overall pick. And if we're able to get one of those top 3 receivers, you're giving Geno Smith arguably the best roster he's had about him since coming into the league. And I think that's going to be enough to get the Jets to 6, maybe 7 wins and be competitive in a lot of games. And that's going to be enough to save his job for at least another season.
DK?
Okay.
Yeah, man. I think Gunny summed up a lot of it extremely well, right? If you just look at the context of the environment that he's in, there's clear upgrades all across the board. I think the conversation piece around what it takes to save Aaron Glenn is a little bit more unique just because everything about his situation is essentially an exception to the rule, right? You don't get to go 3-14 now, right? And you're safe without essentially realistic question. Let's not forget Woody backed him up at every single chance he had an opportunity to and didn't even really introduce any doubt that he wasn't going to be the head coach of the Jets anymore. So for me, I was looking at it initially a couple months ago in terms of wins and losses, like what's the number, the magic number he needs to hit. I don't think it's that anymore. I do think it's okay. We're playing 17 games. Were we competitive in all 17 games? Because we had maybe 5, 6, 7 blowouts last year, right? I have a quarterback now. This isn't the Justin Fields plan in terms of this is a guy that has only shown to be an elite runner in the NFL and not necessarily a passer, although he's helped people get some career years like DJ Moore. It is Geno Smith I think I said this before. Geno Smith is a realized version to a certain degree of a Justin Fields, right? He is the passer first who has the ability to run, which is going to bring a completely different element and expectation to the field. And it's going to open up things in a different way because he's not timid, right? This isn't a guy that's going to see a wide open Garrett Wilson 15 yards deep and he's going to hesitate and say, maybe not, right? There's a guy 2 yards from him. I think he might get there. So I think with Geno Smith and looking at the resiliency, which Glenn loves his little STAR acronym, right? The resiliency that Geno Smith has shown over the course of his career now to fail early on, to be able to kind of have that Sam Darnold journey. I got an opportunity. When I did get it, I actually balled out this time. And then to look at all of the various coaching staffs that he did get a chance to learn from, the GM rooms that he was around, the Chargers even prior to getting Harbaugh with Joel Ortiz and them over there. It's not like they're a laughing stock, right? Seahawks, they clearly know not only how to succeed in the NFL when they do get to the top, but they've been through a number of rebuilds as well. So for as much as we like that idea of these guys that have been around successful rebuilds, Aaron Glenn, now Geno Smith, you look at some other player acquisitions that would have been in the same space. I think all Aaron Glenn legitimately has to do to keep his job and make those picks in 2027 is to show competency, which is a wild thought process to have. And that can mean a lot of different things. But if it just doesn't look like we're lost puppies out there on the field, and it looks like the coaching staff that he employed actually has game plans that are working, and it's due to a lack of talent that we're losing and not due to a lack of being out schemed, he's going to ride off into 2027. And from there, I think we'll be in pretty good hands at that point. You're going to find your quarterback of the future. If you don't have to trade up, right, those extra 2 first-round picks that you have, those are just going to be, icing on the cake for us. Thinking about the other selections we could potentially package up to go and get. So I'm thrilled. It's weird. It's a weird feeling. I don't know where y'all land on this, but to think that there's an air of confidence around Aaron Glenn being able to succeed right this year, but there's no tangible proof because we just need to see them on the field.
I mean, DK, I think we were having this conversation earlier on your show, and I'm excited in what Muji and what Glenn are cooking up. So let me give you a little bit of a back story of myself when it came to Glenn. I was not a Glenn guy. Okay. I did not want Glenn. I was not somebody that was like, give me Glenn, give me Glenn. I wanted Flores. I wanted Ben Johnson. I wanted insert other coach's name. I think he was like my 4th or 5th pick if I had to have one there, right? But he came in, let's be honest, bro. He came into a trash dumpster, okay? Bro, the guys that he had were undrafted free agents that he had to work with. I was working on his line. He had a couple of little sprinkled things that were there. He thought he was going to have something with Wilkes. That didn't work. He thought something with maybe he had a guy in Tanner. You saw what that was in Tanner. And the biggest hiccup is them bringing in Justin Fields. I was championing Justin Fields, okay? I thought Justin Fields was going to be able to do something, but he was completely used incorrectly, in my opinion. This is my opinion only. Did it work? No, it didn't work, but I saw that they started to say, you know what? This team is shit. We need to start bringing in more people, okay? So the free agents that they pick in, right? The guys that they drafted were players that were really good for us, right? Malachi Moore, you know, when's the last time we had a player that got drafted in that round that did something for us? It's the reason why I hope that they hit this year in the draft in those later rounds and are able to get some gems, and their scouting department is really doing well and getting guys that, you know, nobody else is seeing or talking about, but we get them and something happens, right? Your Puka Nakuas, et cetera, et cetera. I can't help but believe, man. And I'm not on team tank next year. I don't want to do that shit, man. Dude, I want them to win, bro. I want these guys to win. And every single interview of the guys that have come here have stated that it's been because of the conversation they have with Aaron Glenn. And I'm just like, yo, why is nobody like looking into this? Why is nobody really highlighting that? You know, because that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm seeing. And this kind of brings us up to our next topic. And Gunny, I know you are, you know, pressed for time. So just let us know whenever you're ready to rock and roll. But now the big narrative that's coming out there, DK, is there's beef between these two guys, right? There's turmoil, right? One guy has all the power now, and it's not Glenn. I don't believe in that. I don't think that's the truth. I think they are a team. I think they are a tandem. I believe that they are trying to do something with an organization that has not had a winning season in 10 seasons. Okay, has not been in the playoffs in what? How many years? Snowball, 15, 12.
It's you know 15 now.
So when you have a losing organization that's just been losing, they're trying to do something with that. So am I wrong? I mean, Gunny, let me ask you, right? Are you buying into the noise of Muji and Glenn are really having turmoil, are having issues? They're not, you know, I run the ship now type of scenario from that one movie.
I am the captain now.
I am the captain now. Yeah, there we go.
So I feel like I gotta premise this with, I appreciate just how tactical and quiet it's been out of One Jets drive. We really haven't heard much at all once Muji and AG got in there in terms of what's happening behind the scenes. If they didn't tell us about it in front of a podium, we don't know what's going on. We're seeing things happen. The Sauce Gardner trade shocked us. The Quentin Williams trade shocked us. Like, we haven't seen anything coming. So I don't believe that all of a sudden now there's leaks coming out that says like they're in turmoil, they're having some issues. I think that's people trying to like connect the dots, because you're seeing a lot of moves being made where I do believe that Muji might be having more of a say, but I do believe he's doing it in conjunction with what AG needs to go ahead and be successful next year. But I will say this. I do believe, without question, that Woody Johnson is looking at these two individuals right now and has already made a decision that Muji is going to have another opportunity to pick his quarterback or to pick his coach if AG isn't the guy. I believe that's a reality. I believe that as of right now, Woody Johnson's already decided that, okay, if AG doesn't show me he's got it, he's done, but Muji's going to get an opportunity to go ahead and pick his guy. Because you look at what Muji has done, and you kind of got to say, like, wow, right? Like, he's impressed in some math. He's made a couple of mistakes here and there, but in terms of the value he's continued to go ahead and bring back to this team, it benefits the team, right? Whether or not AG can coach is really the biggest thing in question. Can he coach up the talent being brought to is the biggest question. So I do believe there's some truth to that. But in terms of them being in turmoil and something leaking out of One Jets drive, I don't believe that aspect, because we haven't seen anything that's happened actually coming. That's what happened. So they're quiet. It's Fort Knox over there now. It's legitimately an organization being run like professionals, and nothing's leaking out of freaking that building. So I don't believe the stories, but I do believe that freaking Woody Johnson has already made up his mind that once if AG doesn't go ahead and show he's the guy, he's done. And Muji gets an opportunity to go ahead and pick his next coach. Yeah, he gets an opportunity to do that. So that I do believe. But no, I don't think there's any turmoil.
Okay. DK?
Yeah, no, I'm in full agreement, right? Like, we have 2+ decades of experience to look back on this, right? And every single time that we ran into issues, you could see clear, definitive cracks in the armor, or you could point at specific moments where there would have been a problem. And for the impressive piece to me is for the amount of crap that we had to deal with last year, you saw zero, like nothing, at least directly between Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji, right? It wasn't like, hey, I went out and got all these free agents that you wanted, or lack of free agents you wanted, because you said this room was already so great and you had the coaches. And this offseason, it wasn't, hey, you removed 70% of your coaching staff, you got a new one in place. I need to take some ownership here. So I think naturally what happens is, and I'm just kind of relaying this based on experience I have in the corporate world, which in the NFL, this kind of ends up overlapping. But when you get a promotion to like a senior VP or like executive level, some kind of upper management tier, right? They're going to immediately expect a lot out of you, even though there's going to be new things you haven't experienced, etc. Gunny talked to that point, right? Aaron Glenn's admitted it himself, way over his head than what he thought, even though Campbell tried to give him some elements of here's what you can expect. Obviously, with the Jersey, New York market, things are going to be on a completely different tier than anywhere else. But he thought he had a grasp for it. Clearly, being a former player of the team is much different than actually having to lead these men on your own now. And so I think now we're at a place where Aaron Glenn says, okay, the CEO style approach didn't necessarily work. That's fine. I got some adults in the room in the coaching staff now that are already proven. Your Carl Dunbars, your always get them wrong, but Alfredo Roberts, I think it is, and like the tight end, your Frank Reich. You still have your guys, some of your guys from the previous edition of the coaching staff. And so now he can say, all right, I clearly need to make sure I can hold up what got me the job to begin with, which is defense. I have adults on the offensive side of the ball. If I can get this right, I can go back to being a CEO, right? I can realize the vision that I actually had in place. And Darren Muji seems like he's been in lockstep with that the entirety of this time, while not sacrificing short-term success for some of the long-term vision that they have, which I think you see in some of the moves like trading Justin Fields for the 2027 draft pick. Obviously, everything that we did with Quinnen and Sauce to get some of that future capital, and we haven't seen them really dip or try to maneuver from that just yet. So I think the relationship is honestly going pretty strong. I do agree with Gunny. It's probably a good chance that if Aaron Glenn can't just turn around the product, that they keep him on. And I think that would be the right move from everything we've seen so far. I think this is not too dissimilar from Robert Saleh and Joe Douglas, right? He was great at getting him what he wanted to do. Robert Saleh just couldn't get it done on the field. And I think we may see the same thing with Aaron Glenn, whether that's for the positive or for the negative.
100%. And guys, you guys are watching Jets Worldwide. Please make sure you guys hit the like, hit the sub. We brought today our guy Gunny, and DK is in the building. DK, looks like you got a super chat, and I want to go ahead and pull it up for you. So you got Jersey Jet that states, all of that power struggle shit is being pushed by Asman. Hashtag all that power struggle shit is pushed by Asman. Hashtag teamwork. Hashtag one mission.
I don't have much to say today. There's a lot of I guess certain people in the Jet sphere get this, but there's like a lot of Asman hate, or at least this narrative. And I'm not saying that this is right or wrong because I don't know. I've only really did business with the man once or twice, but there's a lot of this narrative that like, like he's a leftist or a rightist, like a pure one way or the other type situation here. So it is what it is. In this environment that Jets Worldwide and Johnny and Snowball have created for us, we're not going to see any of that here.
Nah, I mean, look, I'm going to say this, right? You fan as you want to fan. At the end of the day, is he right to be pissed off in what he's seeing? I mean, yeah. Bro, they won 3 games last year.
Yeah, gross.
It was shitty. It was bad. So if he has a platform that can go and say Aaron Glenn was not good, it's his platform, and he's able to say it. I mean, as he should. It's any of us and our rights to say what we want to say. You know, doesn't mean we have to agree with it, you know, but you could come and have a civil conversation and be able to talk about it and tell me, well, why don't you think that? Well, I'm gonna tell you why I don't believe what you're doing, because I did this, or that, or whatever, you know. And I think this community is so big. At the end of the day, man, all we want is the New York Jets is to win. We just want to win. We're tired of losing. You know, this fan base, a lot of individuals say it all the time. The New York Jets do not deserve this fan base because they're so loyal and all that. Sometimes I don't know, because I mean, we could be a bunch of assholes, you know, just saying, right? But you know what I'm saying? Like, just
but to be fair. But to be fair, though, I think it's because of how passionate the fan base is.
Correct.
Right? You got to be honest, man. Like, the Jets haven't done shit for us in over a decade, bro. Like, I'm sorry, in over 15 years, they haven't done shit for us.
Yeah.
Yet somehow, somewhere, we've allowed this
prices.
organization, and they raise ticket prices, and we still pay them. They raise freaking season ticket prices, and we still pay them. We're still buying these freaking jerseys that are only good for a season or two, because why? The players getting traded away or getting freaking cut or sucks, right? We've made this the fourth most valuable franchise in the NFL, and they've done nothing for us. So yeah, the fan base is pissed. They're passionate, and when we start debating one another, like, we stand on business, because we all want to see this team succeed, but we also have our own way of, like, wanting to see that actually happen. So I think you're saying around that we can all have our own opinion about it if you've got the platform for it, or if you just want to jump on Twitter and talk about it, or in the comments. That's the whole point. This is all about us venting as Jets fans, because no matter what, all of us want to see our team not suck. We all just happen to have different thought processes on how that might go.
We're all starting to tweak a little bit.
That's what it is.
We're all tweaking a little bit.
Yeah.
And the thing is that after 15 years of not making the playoffs, it is justified tweaking. But here's the thing, right? When you talk about Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji, there are times of the year where one person shines and the other one shines at another time. And for me, what the hell are you doing with, like, what is Muji's purpose being here, right? It's the off season. This is his season. He's the general manager, right? So, like, it's his time to shine. It's his time to make calls, right? If he wants to be under the advisement of Aaron Glenn, then so be it, right? But this power struggle, this control thing that people are talking about it's just a product of what time of the year it is, in my opinion, right? In my opinion, it's that time of the year, right, where the GM shines, and the GM is going to make the calls, and he's going to seem like he's making calls. But again, I believe in a tandem between Darren Muji and Aaron Glenn. I believe that they're working hand in hand, right? Like keystroke to keystroke, they are together. But it's just the perception of what's happening. So that's all I'm saying. It's merely perception, right? People want to make whatever accusations that they want to make, but it's kind of like a little slow news season right now. There's not a lot happening in the Jets, sphere. So people are desperate to make a story. I'm just saying that it is the time for Darren Muji to just to do his job. That's it. He was hired to do a job, and he's doing it. The fact that we have this many people in the chat tuning in, I just want to remind people that we are now climbing to 1,000 subscribers. We have surpassed the 500, which was our first mark. Now we're going to 1,000. So please, if you have not already, subscribe to the channel and hit the like button so you can let other people know that we're on the air. Okay. And thank you to Gunny and to DKB for being our special guest tonight. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, man. You guys are killing it, man. Like, I know I hit you guys up with the whole, like, hey, man, we're doing this. And I found out, like, pretty much today what we're going to talk about. And you guys are, like, way better at what I'm bringing over here. So major kudos to you guys, man. But, yeah, I have to say this. Yo, once we start winning, though, and it happens, I feel so bad for everybody that's ever talked any type of noise against the New York Jets, bro.
But Johnny, it's
Oh.
and guys, Gunny and DKB, it's easy, right? And you said it, it's easy to shit on the Jets, right?
Always.
So the safe bet is to say we're going to suck, and then if I'm not saying when, but if we start winning, it's so easy to jump back on and be like, wow, this is great, like the ride's so smooth. I love what you did to the car here, right? The interior is beautiful, right? The leather feels great. Did you get a new air freshener because it smells beautiful inside here, right? But like, come along for the ride. It's hard to like sit in the car when it's a piece of junk and hope that you're gonna make it better. And I think that's where Johnny and I sit, right? We are Aaron Glenn supporters, and we have a lot of belief that he's going to turn this ship around with the people that he's bringing into the organization. So, just saying.
I could tell you guys one individual that just was on a podcast, another one. I think it was Downs to Business. I'm not sure if you guys caught it, but we had our potential wide receiver 2 and AD Mitchell go on this podcast, talk a little bit about his whole transition from Indy coming on over to the New York Jets, what it meant, how did it all happen? And again, another guy that talks about AG brings AG into the conversation and said how much, like, I think it was Bonesy who might have said it, and shout out to our guy Bonesy, that Muji is the GM, and then Glenn is the salesman, right? Like the real good salesman that sells the New York Jets, essentially. But he goes and just talks about it. I think Snowball has a clip.
You want me to cue it up?
Yep. And to kind of talk to you guys a little bit about it, and you guys can hear it and let us know what you guys thought. Now, have you guys had the time and opportunity to be able to watch it? Have you guys seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay.
You've seen this. All right, we'll play a little bit of it. I mean, it's like a couple of seconds.
Everybody wants to win. We definitely didn't get the result we wanted, how the season ended. But you could just kind of tell, AG has a certain way he wants his team to be, built. Yeah. And I feel like all we got to do is just buy in and things will look good for us.
You mentioned the facility.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's basically all I wanted to play was the idea that buying in, right? Like you got to buy in, and AD Mitchell preaches that to these two gentlemen and says, I think all you got to do is buy in. Now, is there any validity to that? Like Gunny, DKB, do you believe that there's validity in the process of just buying into Aaron Glenn's plan?
Yeah, man. I think I got a lag. Go ahead, Gunny.
No, DK, you got it.
I think Johnny brought up a good point earlier, right? Look at the free agents we pulled in. Look at how many, not even just from this year, last year. Look at how many people directly say, I had a conversation with Aaron Glenn. I heard about a plan. I heard about a vision. And I'm signing, right? And especially in situations where these guys would have had many choices. Like, it's easy for someone like Gino or an Adonai Mitchell as well in like trade scenarios where they didn't really have a choice to a degree to say something like that. But when you have your DeMario Davises and you have some of these other players referencing the same thing, when you have Woody Johnson completely shutting down facts that he's not getting rid of Aaron Glenn, when you have Darren Muji who gets a chance to come to the podium, he's also doubling down on Aaron Glenn's my guy. He has a plan. We're building this thing up the right way. And even when I think back to some of the comments from the coaching staff that left, for some of the ones that were pissed off, like Scott Turner, I think, dissed us on Twitter. That's more specific to the offensive side, which we know isn't part of AG's world and everything. So when we look at how this thing's being built, from the scheme changes to the player acquisitions to their free agency approach, etc., I think all of that aligns with what you can see Aaron Glenn wants based on where he's been with the Lions, where he's been with the Saints. And it's just a matter of him taking the reins, which he's doing more so this year than he did last year, and hoping that he still has enough of the lifespan left as being a Jets head coach in order to achieve accomplishing that vision. And ultimately, we aren't going to get there until he figures out who his quarterback is going to be. That's not going to be Geno. Geno will help him get to that decision, ideally. But it's going to be an interesting ride. Otherwise, though, I think every move that I've seen him make makes sense to me, even if they haven't worked out.
100%. DK, we got a real quick super chat. The Danger Zone comes in and states, epic collab hit. The like on all channels, platforms. Hey, man. Look,
There
Jets
you know.
worldwide, baby. That's what we do. It's Jets worldwide, wide, man. So a lot of love in here, man. And just a couple guys that are diehard Jet fans, and we're speaking our truth, So, Gunny, piggybacking off of what DK was talking about.
Yeah, now of course. I don't have a doubt that AG is a good recruiter. I don't have a doubt in that. I do believe that he can speak the game of football. He can speak to these guys in a way that's understandable. He can relate to them, and that's always going to hold value, right? You're a guy that played at a high level in the NFL. You've already got the respect of your peers because you were one of them, and you did it at a high level. My biggest concern right now when it comes to AG isn't that he can go ahead and get the buy-in. I think the team wants to believe in him. I think the team wants to see this thing work out. I think AD Mitchell was telling us everything we wanted to hear, but I think there's a real belief that they want this thing to work and they want to go ahead and win for AG. I'm questioning whether or not AG brings the X's and O's to the table to properly prepare these guys week in and week out to actually win games, right? We didn't see it last year. Yes, we got the rah-rah conversations. We got the rah-rah motivational speeches. We got the, we're built for this shit. Fucking he can do that motivational stuff. I get that. But we're seeing more and more in today's NFL, man. It's about the X's and O's. Like the days of let's motivating these guys, pump them up, and then they go out there and they're going to rip somebody's head off is kind of gone. The NFL has shifted more to a tactician type of approach. It's chess now. It's chess now. It's a violent game. We all know that. It's a bunch of warriors doing their thing, but they got to be tactical about it, man. It's like, you're going to use the Navy SEALs to go ahead and get freaking the guy from Venezuela, or you're just going to go ahead and send the military and start dropping bombs. Like, there's different tools you need for this. And in the NFL now, man, we're seeing it on Sundays. It's all about the X's and O's and being able to go ahead and show that week in and week out. I don't know if AG has that. I don't know. I know he can go ahead and pump me up. He can pump you guys up. I know he can pump the team up. I know he's got that ability. But in terms of game planning to where he's putting his guys in the best position to win on Sundays, that's another conversation. We didn't see that last year. We didn't see it. Can he do it? Because unfortunately, you can have all the players you want to that are great at what they do, but if you can't freaking play chess against the other coach and give your guys the advantage, because contrary to popular belief, every person that's in the NFL has earned their right to be there. These guys have been working there. They're all ball players. They're all football players. The difference maker specifically will usually be your freaking quarterback, right? If you've got a guy at quarterback, that's going to be a difference maker. And your coach has to put you in positions to be successful. That's usually going to be what dictates wins and losses. Freaking Kansas City Chiefs, they don't have an incredible roster. They got ball players, Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. That's what makes them them. You need that in order for you to be successful in the NFL. Is Sam Darnold really the best quarterback in the NFL right now? No, he's not. But he plays quarterback, and he has a coach that gave him the proper X's and O's to be successful. Can AG do that for us? That's the question. Can AG do that for us so our guys are in the best position on Sundays to actually win games? And granted, we know you can motivate these guys, and we appreciate that. That's a cool factor. Match that up with the X's and O's, and we legitimately got a real head coach.
Well, the last time I checked, there is no I in team. And there is no I in Aaron Glenn. So the thing is that do you believe in the supporting cast that Aaron Glenn has brought in second time? The second time, did he get it right? Now we know that the first time he didn't believe in it, and he fired 9 people, right? So now he's got a second chance, and he brings in coaching staff part two, does he have the right people in place now to help him? Because again, he is the head coach. I get it, but now he's taken on this defensive role. So does does he have the right offensive coordinator? Does he have the right defensive coordinator? I know he's the DC, but like, does he have the right support staff around him? So that's my question to you guys.
Gunny, so I'm gonna hit on a little bit of what you were saying. Like, I'm in agreement with you in the sense of what Glenn did last year, because it was bad. All right. So it would be me lying to you guys and trying to sell you guys a dream and say that it was all fucking rainbows and all of that, because it wasn't. It was bad. And this is my opinion again, my opinion only. I think what happened last year, he came into a situation where he was like, oh shit, I could coach these guys up, and then I'm going to like look amazing over here, right? Found out really quickly that the talent that was on the team was really bad, and there was just so much shit in the locker room, but he wasn't going to let it leak out, right? They were going to deal with it internally and be able to get it out as need be. I think where he messed up, and it was the biggest reason why I kept saying it last year, who had the more pressure on them? Was it Tanner or was it Wilkes? Because what I thought Glenn should have done is switch it around, right? Have a first-time defensive coach come in that he could essentially, teach him the defense, and then get yourself a veteran offensive coordinator and go from there. Somebody that you're able to, because I'm not gonna lie, I never liked the whole shit about I'm a head coach and I'm gonna do everything that needs to get done. I mean, yeah, I get that you have to have parts on it, but how many head coaches started on their first year and has won right off the rip? There's not that many, and he came into an organization again, 10 years losing, 15 years, no playoffs. So it's like, I didn't want Wilkes. I thought fucking Wilkes was going to be bad because I saw what he's done before, but it is what it is, right? Once you wear that green and white, I feel like I'm here and I'm always like rooting for them no matter what. I got that internal hope that I'm constantly going to be. The hope is that this year, he's not out there with a deer just caught in lights and not knowing what he's doing, So, but DK, let me know, am I tripping from what I'm talking about right now? Or is that really just me being a giant green glassing wearing New York Jets fan?
Yeah, no, I think the expectations for everybody were vastly different last year, right? Like, when you think of CEO, head coach, I think everybody thinks exactly what you're saying, right? It's like, oh, I get to call plays on offense and I'm managing the defense and I'm doing the training of the players and developing them personally. I like what I saw in the chat, right? I can't remember who specifically said. I was trying to go back through to find it. But you hire your position coaches and you hire your DC and your OC so that they can do a job. You hire your pass game coordinator so they can do a job for you. And then Harbaugh is probably the best example, right? Like he's not the guy that's actually calling plays. That's his actual OC and his DC. You hire these guys for a reason, to get them to do the job. And so, hold on, give me a second.
You're good. Hey, DK, just to let you know, look, we all got kids.
Yep.
So you're good to go, brother. This is
I had to mute mine because all of them just came running down the stairs.
Dude, yeah, my Gio starts beating down my door and he's like, Daddy, what are you doing? Why is your door closed? Wifey hitting me up. Like, why do you have a locked door in our house? So
I have two too, but one doesn't live here and the other one just drove to Rhode Island. So
yeah, I've got
it gets
four.
easier. It gets easier, gentlemen.
it's 15, 13, 12, and 10. I got a little ways to go. And my 15-year-old got all her friends at the house right now. They all just came running down the stairs.
Oh.
I got a farther way to go than you do. That's rough.
Yeah, you got the babies.
Yeah, I got an
Yeah.
11, 3, and 1. So DK trust.
What a gap. My goodness.
Hey,
Yeah, that's what
we thought we were Gucci, and then psych.
Yep.
Started,
Played
yo, bro,
yourself.
they started popping out, dog. Right?
Played
like,
yourself. Look at that.
Yeah.
gotta be careful for the anniversaries, the birthdays.
Yep. Valentine's Day,
It's
Mother's
just fun.
Day, Father's Day. You got to be careful with those days, bro.
And dude, and I was blessed with 2 girls, and I got my 1 boy. But the 2 girls, man, like, dude, every single time I see them and I look at them, I smile, and then I'm like, man, I'm in a world of hurt. I'm in a world full of hurt, bro. When
Yep.
everything that I've ever done in the past is gonna hit me 2 times harder than I did from back then, you know. But
Yeah.
DK, keep going. I apologize.
Yeah. Apologies. I'll wrap up because it looks like they're gonna be harassing me the rest of the stream.
No, you're good, man.
The original question being what kind of thought processes around him being the CEO style and stuff. Yeah, I think Harbaugh's the cleanest example of what it looks like because he just hires the right people. He allows all of them to actually do their jobs. And if they aren't doing it right, it's not like he can necessarily step in because he has that expertise, but he has the experience now to do that. But in addition, he has a backup plan, right? If I can't get it done, all right, we're going to move on to my D-line coach or my linebacker coach or whoever it is that has that next best possibility to succeed there. So for me, I do like the new setup. Obviously, Carl Dunbar is a huge help with getting things up front the way it should be. But then I think he just has a lot more people experience-wise, again, to where he doesn't have to say it's all on me. He can say, these are the parts that I can trust you guys to do. And now I'm overseeing the whole thing. And the part to me that was disappointing last year was that AG is like, people say he's not the supreme X and O guy, and maybe that's not true. But this is the same guy that damn near dragged that defense to the Super Bowl when they were playing with guys like us off the street, having to play the Chiefs the end of the year, the Eagles the end of the year, the Chargers when they're powerhousing it in the run game towards the end of the year. So I do think we finally get a chance to see those benefits of him being able to change his scheme mid-game and adapt to some of what these guys are doing. And we're not sitting there like a dead fish just because some guy is spamming his Madden play buttons throughout the course of the game on us. So I'm looking forward to all of that. I do think it's a much better setup for him. And hopefully we don't see the CEO guy this time. We get the glorified DC acting as a head coach, which in this case would actually be a benefit.
So I know both of you guys are having to head out. So again, I appreciate you guys. My last question for both of you guys is this. With all of the hirings that we've had in the coaching staff now, which one you like the most and which one did you like the least and why? DK, we'll start off with you first.
It's tough. Put me on the spot. I think the clear runaway one here is Carl Dunbar, right? The 2 decades of experience. We get to look at our own personal, Rex Ryan years where we've seen him develop. Obviously, what he's done with the Steelers over the last 8 years speaks for itself. And not only has he done it with a bunch of aging veterans there, but we've also seen them sprinkle in some of the younger guys. So we've seen him be able to acquiesce himself to both ages of both sides of the age scale. I would say the one I like the least is probably Musgrave, and it's heavily dependent on where we decide to invest in at quarterback. Musgrave seems to be much better with the younger demographic of quarterbacks, as long as they already have a certain level of aptitude when it comes to playing quarterback. And then with the veterans, you're just kind of coasting it out. And even though he has offensive coordinator experience, he's never done anything exceptional to me that would say that he's going to get somebody to stand out in that side of things. But if you can get him somebody young, and obviously you could take a look at your Taylor Greens and all of those type of players where they have all the tools, and he just needs to mentally fine tune them while they work through some of the physical things. That would be more exciting to me than me saying, let's get Geno Smith and a Carson Wentz, and we'll take a flyer on another older-ish guy that's out there waiting in the draft, or a Diego Pavia or something crazy like that. So we'll see. I think the combination of Musgrave and Reich is better. The whole two minds is better than one situation, rather than relying solely on Musgrave if we're not going to invest in a young draft pick this season. And then obviously we probably won't see those results until never, depending on what happens in the 2027 draft. But I just don't see him having as much of an impact as we think with Geno Smith being at the helm.
DK, I'm going to give you the solo layout. Let everybody know where they could catch you. Again, we over here at Just for a While appreciate you coming on and hanging out here with us, man. It is always, always, always a fun convo with you. But yeah, let everybody know in Just for a While where they could catch you.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. I don't do a ton of social media, so it is still just YouTube for now. DKBxJets. Appreciate anybody that happens to come through and take a look. Just Worldwide, Johnny, Snowboy, thank you. Wow. We're going to change the name to Snowboy. But Snowball, I appreciate you guys giving me a platform to be able to come and chop it up with you guys.
Hands out, man.
Connecting me with my boy Gunny is the one. And
my guy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
Yeah, DK. Well, DK,
anytime that
you, man.
you guys have an opportunity, I will try to move heaven and hell to try to get back on here.
Hey, look, if you got to have the kids, we're it's all good, man. We don't mind, all right? Like we're cool with it. All right, it's hey, we rock with it. So DK, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for coming on, guys. Go check out our guy DKBxJets. Follow him on YouTube. Killing it with the content out there, man. Right? He's one of the guys that's on board with me with Jacob Rodriguez, baby, Texas Tech linebacker. Let's go, DK.
Thanks, DK, man.
Later, brother. Till next time.
Thanks for the new name.
Let's go.
All right.
All
We're your boys. Johnny
Gunny.
boy,
Yo.
Soul boy.
So, same question to you. You got
listen. My bad. Go ahead.
You got the floor is yours, right? With the hiring of the coaching staff. Who was your favorite? Who was your least favorite?
I'm not gonna lie to you. DK literally hit my favorite and least favorite ones, right? But I'm gonna give you guys some. I'm not gonna leave you guys stranded. I'm gonna give you all my second favorite and then my second least favorite one. But yeah, definitely love the bringing in freaking Carl Dunbar. I think that was freaking awesome. And yeah, the Bill Musgrave thing. I don't understand. I get it, man. He's got a lot of experience, right, as an offensive coordinator for like the Broncos, Raiders, Vikings, Jaguars, and I think even the Panthers. But I mean, this guy's 58 years old, and he was working with the Browns last year. Is he the right guy we want developing the next Jets young quarterback? So, yeah, I'm with DK in regards to both of his picks. But if I had to go ahead and change it up, I think my second favorite in this one would probably be Ryan Slovak. And hear me out, right? So he's our new secondary coach. And you're talking about a guy that was working with a secondary that included Storm Duck, Ashton Davis, and Jack Jones in Miami. Even with that talent pool, he was able to help the Dolphins pass defense finish 18th in yards and I think 20th in passing TDs allowed. That's significantly better than the talent suggested they should have gotten. So that to me was a surprisingly good pick. And I think he's definitively a real upgrade for the Jets' battered secondary. This is a guy who knows how to maximize the talent that he has to play above beyond their freaking weight. And, there's some familiarity already with bringing in a guy like Fitzpatrick already. So you've got a guy who can kind of implement his style and his focal points in regards to that secondary. So bringing in freaking Ryan Slowick, I thought was a sneaky good one. He would have been my second best hire from this off season's coaching hires. Now, which is weird, I'm about to say this guy is my second least favorite hire since I just talked about freaking Miami Dolphins. But I don't think I like the Brian Duker hire. And I want to explain that, man. I understand that he's a loyal Glenn hire. I get that, right? And the relationship is real, which is going to be a benefit as you're seeing freaking AG go back to calling plays. They spent, I think, what is it, 2 or 3 seasons together in Detroit, but he was a defensive assistant to the safeties coach, and I think defensive backs coach. So they've got that going for them. But Duker has like no play calling experience, which I guess doesn't really matter since Glenn's going to be calling the plays himself. But the risk is that he's unproven. He's unproven as a coordinator. And here's where I'm concerned. We were just talking about Aaron Glenn, the CEO, head coach mentality. If things start to shift or going bad, and he wants to go ahead and take on more responsibility, do we trust that if Glenn gets pulled in too many directions as a head coach that Duker is going to be able to kind of hold the reins? I think that's a problem. And I understand that he was kind of held to a standard based off of the conversation he had with Woody, not giving him the extra money, if that even happened, whatever. But I just felt like Brian Duker was more of like you know what? I know the guy. He's not going to tell me no. Let's bring him in kind of a hire. And there's a lot of question marks in regards to whether or not he can be a guy that steps in if AG starts getting pulled in too many directions. So I wasn't a fan of the Brian Duker hire. I think the Bill Musgrave hire was the worst one from this round. A sneaky one that I'm actually kind of enticed about, though, is a Seth Ryan hire. Now, I know like some people are looking at that and they're concerned, but Seth Ryan is a passing game coordinator. I mean, yeah, a bit of a head scratcher. He's never worked at a job higher than I think assistant position coach in the NFL, and his predecessor, Scott Turner, had NFL offensive coordinator experience, so you got to like that. But his main credentials really, man, seems to be that like he's Rex Ryan's son, right? Like he's got the family football bloodline. And I think Buddy being his granddad. But I think with Reich running the show, maybe I think you can see Seth Ryan kind of infuse some young blood in there. Also a kid that literally grew up watching football from the defensive perspective. So I honestly think he's going to be able to dice up some plays to assist the offense that can beat defenses. When your dad and your granddad were defensive freaking gurus in this game and they saw the game in a defensive way, you know they were bringing up Seth to look at the game defensively. So that's going to be a nice plus that he can go ahead and create plays specifically with that defensive mindset of how to beat defenses. So I think that's a sneaky one right there, right, that I'm really looking at. I'm hoping it's a success. And not to mention we all love Rex Ryan, so why wouldn't it be? His resume is a little bit light, man, but Seth Ryan is one that I think was a sneaky good one that we could actually enjoy as a fan base watching him come to his own this year.
Gunny, you're hitting it with the Seth Ryan. I loved it when we got the actual pick because then when I saw what they did with Frank, and I was like, oh man, marrying of an old head with a young buck, and being able to kind of implement some of the newer schemes that could potentially be out there for a passing coordinator to do with him. And and you're right, you're hitting it with Ryan in the sense of growing up in football. All right, defense. I mean, from grandpa to Pop Dukes to uncle at that as well, right? I forgot about that. Yeah. So agreed. But I think for me, man, I have to say I'm in agreement with the Brian Duker, right? Because I'm like, fuck, like, Brian Duker, right? But my favorite one is the Alfredo Roberts pickup. I've been wanting us to utilize tight ends forever in a day, and he has. I mean, he comes from Pittsburgh. That's all they know, and he's had other guys in the past as well. So, Snowboy.
Yeah, now it's Snowboy. So listen, Johnny Boy, Snowboy. I'm going to agree with everybody. I'm in agreement with the Dunbar move being my favorite, just because of the just bring it back inness of the pick, right? Just to bring it back to him, and everything that he's done in Pittsburgh. And I was actually in favor. I'm going to go against both of you. I was actually in favor of the Musgrave move. Don't be ageist. The thing is that, right, you guys mentioned his age. You said he was old, right? But to me, experience is valuable. And I believe that we really haven't had like a valid QB coach in what seems forever. So to actually have somebody in the building who is an actual QB coach, right? Like that's valuable to us. We got screwed when what's his the guy who got hit on the bike.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It don't matter,
Right.
man. May you rest in power.
Oh my god, yeah,
Yeah.
right, yeah. I know you're talking about that.
Right. But it's going to come to me. I'm 3 beers deep. But what I'm saying is that, right, we got screwed that way. In last year, like we had a running backs coach who was the QB coach, right? Like this organization needed someone legit. Musgrave's legit. He's got experience. I just like that. I like that move. And the mixture of young and old, right, with the coaching staff. It's the good thing. And Gunny, I agree with you. The sneaky Seth Ryan, right? Like that's going to kick. I really think that's going to be a good thing for us. So
Greg
yeah.
Knapp.
Right. Napster. Yeah. That's the one. Yes.
That's right, Knapp.
Yes. Rest in peace, Greg Knapp. Yeah, but Gunny, I know you got to get a move on. So
So Gunny, I'm gonna give you a little layout. Let everybody know where they could go and catch you, dude. I gotta give you like this little layout. I mean, look at the background, right? Like
compliments to the wife, man. Compliments to the wife.
And Gunny, as always, man. Thank you for your service, man. So
appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you.
Appreciate your service, man. But Gunny, let everybody know where they could catch you.
Yeah.
What you got going on? What you got cooking?
Well, man, look, man, first and foremost, man, Jets Worldwide, thank you for letting me crash the party. I appreciate you guys, man. But yeah, I'm Gunny, man. The New York Jets Situation Report. You can find me on X. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on YouTube, preferably YouTube, and also on Instagram and on Facebook. So you go find me, subscribe, and fall in with the fire team, man. We're building something special over there. And to this audience, you already locked in with the right people. So stay dangerous and let's go, man. The Jets are moving in the right direction. Hopefully, AG's locked in step with those guys going into the season.
Hell yeah. So I hit the wrong button, man. So hey, Gunny, appreciate you, brother, man. Thank you so much for coming on, dude. You always kill it. I mean, you've been killing it forever and a day, bro. So
appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you.
You know, keep doing your stuff. And again, hey,
go
everybody,
Jets.
Go check them out and go Jets.
Before you go, you're a Marine. Can you teach everyone in the chat like how to give a proper salute?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I proper salute for Marines. Like the other branches, for some reason, tend to salute without covers on or being indoors. So you never actually ever salute indoors, and you never actually salute without a cover on your head. So it's kind of weird that other branches do that. But yeah, proper salute, pretty much boom. You're gonna have your freaking arm at a nice freaking angle like such. You shouldn't be doing one of these numbers, and it shouldn't be one of these numbers. It's boom. It's right aligned with freaking your cover, and then you snap that bad boy down. And you always snap it after the officer that you've saluted cuts theirs. So you salute them, they salute back. You can only cut it once they cut theirs, then you cut yours.
Learn a chat from Gunny Gumby.
Hey, look, I wanted to put this up for you real quick, Gunny.
Tigo, my guy.
Just got here, but whatever Gunny said is wrong for what insert fake reason based on purchase to the Marines here.
Hey, nothing but love for Tigo, man. Like we actually do a bit on the show at least once a month, and he and I, we just go at it. Like we're always debating. Even if we believe in the same thing, there's always a different reason as to why we believe it. So we can't help but debate. I mean, he's Navy, freaking I'm Marine Corps. It is what it is.
100%. Well, Gunny, appreciate you, man. We really want love to bring you back. Again, you know, I'll reach out.
Yeah.
Dude, this was awesome, man. So it was I'm glad you came on, man. So it was
appreciate
good.
You
And you saw Portal was in the building. So shout out to Portal, man.
I know.
I haven't seen Portal in so long.
Yeah,
man.
he's been in and out lately, man.
He's sneaking around, Gunny. Yeah. So like I have a feeling he's getting the itch.
Yeah, he wants to come back. He's coming back.
Right.
Hey, we can make it happen at Jets Worldwide, baby.
Right?
Gunny, appreciate you, man.
Later, Jets. Y'all have a go.
See you. Oh, I
guys,
without him snapping back. All right.
We pinned the link. Anybody wants to call in and come and have a conversation in regards to what we were talking about today. Everybody, you're watching Jets Worldwide. Please make sure to hit the like and hit the sub button. We are on our way to 1,000 now. So we cannot wait, but we got somebody in the back ready to talk some New York Jets. You know what? I'm just going to bring him in. Our guy, Lou B, is in the building. What's going on, Lou?
The champ is here from today. Unmute your mic.
Unmute your mic. On the Asmaniac, it was great against JJ. he hasn't called in, and then today he just called in, which was great. And I got very lucky to win, and appreciate everyone that voted for me. So, guys, quickly, why? Obviously, you heard that they're not going to do a deal with Brees until possibly after the draft, which leads me to believe that Muji once again is being very smart and seeing what his options are. My thing is, if they really wanted Brees, which I've been saying that I don't think Brees wants to be here, but if they really wanted Brees with their Snowball, his money already hit our cap, correct? Because they franchised him.
Accordingly, yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
so we have
they gave him the money.
So we have $48 million left this year.
I would say after everything that we've done in free agency.
Okay, and next year we have zero dead cap hit, correct?
Correct.
So we have no
sure
like
about
Rodgers
that.
money, Fields. I believe we're completely clear next year. I believe that. Maybe I'm wrong, but we still have a lot of cash next year. So what I'm saying is, if Brees was really the guy that they wanted, and they thought he wanted to be here, I just feel they would have done this deal already. They would have went to the draft without like some of these teams are just these running back deals. They did these deals and they have their running backs. That's it. We have a guy who I believe is going to leave. So that leads me to what I was saying this morning on Boyd Green. I think they're going to try to trade Brees to Washington, D.C. And that number 7 pick, what I was saying today, it's the most unbelievable pick for us. Because at 7, every single person that we spoke about at 2 one of those guys could possibly be there at 7 as well. So if we do find a way to trade up at 7, we can leave that draft with Arvell Reese and a Tate, a Caleb Downs, a Bain, a Bailey, a low-hanging fruit, maybe a Tyson. But that pick 7 for us is so powerful. And the Washington Commanders do need a running back. And we do have Brees. They must be interested in him. I mean, he would be a perfect fit for them. And I really hope that we can get up to 7 because we could leave this draft with 2 monsters that we wanted to talk about it too.
Well,
just a theory.
Love would have to go before 7, right?
Love is definitely going up before 7. They're talking about, and everyone says it's too high to draft at 2. They're talking about trading up to 2. Some teams right now. I mean, I just saw a mock draft where Titans trade up to 2 because they could think that the Giants could jump them. Maybe Arizona wants to jump them. So Love will not be there at 7. No shot. I mean, he's too valuable, as I've been saying since he's the best player in the draft. That's what I believe.
Luby, so you heard me today. Shout out to our guy BG in the morning on what I said. There was a reason why I said that, because I live in Commander country, right? Redskin country where I'm at. And dude, they want Brees so bad, bro. Right? They're like wanting Brees so bad. But the conversation that I'm hearing over here is that Luke McCaffrey is on there with a possible later on, because if at 7 they don't go up or don't trade or whatever, one of the top wide receivers they're wanting to get, so they fix the running back and the wide receiver to put him next to Terry McLaurin, right? So when I said that in the morning, I'm like, now somebody said it straight up for him. I was like, hell no, that's no, like give us something else, I would say, right? But it's an intriguing one. Luke McCaffrey.
What are you talking about? A trade for player or a trade to move up?
It's a trade for a player.
All right, so that's a little bit different. But
it is. But it was in the same like conversation that you were having, because you're hearing the same thing. See, but you're up there. I'm hearing it here.
The other way,
right? Yeah. And it's the conversation that's being talked about. So I'm gonna bring Coach in really quickly. Okay, so we got Coach here. Coach, what's going on, brother? Thank you so much for coming in.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, pals.
But it's dude, Luke McCaffrey is not a bum, right? And if AD Mitchell is your wide receiver 2, which seems like he's going to be your wide receiver 2, why would you not want?
What are you saying? DC wants a receiver?
Yeah, they're high over here on Tate.
Okay, so if they take 16 trade, so they leave in my mind, they could take 16. They could leave with Amari Cooper Jr. or a Tyson that could fall there, right? They could get Brees. They could get a little more draft capital. So they have Brees, a possibly Tyson. Lemon doesn't get there. Tyson, Omari, and Brees, and another pick because that's what they're going to get. But then we have 7. And we're leaving this draft with a stud. So they could leave with a great receiver at 16 also. Amari entered the obviously the conversation recently, but he is a stud. I mean, everyone knows he's a stud.
I just think that they need to, for Hall, like, I don't think Muji's just going to give him up for
I don't
peanuts,
think so either.
right?
There's a value though.
Correct. So like, it would have to. I don't know what they would have to do to get Brees. The thing is, I don't think Brees wants to be here, right? And all I've been asking is, yo, Brees, just say you want to be a Jet for the rest of your life.
Never.
Even if that's not the fucking case, okay? But you say that, that'll make a lot of people frowns turn upside down. Coach, you hearing what we're talking about? Give us your input.
I don't think his cap hit truly hits until he signs the tag. We can allocate the money, but I don't think until he signs, he's under contract. So that was my first thought. Number 2 is like deadlines always spur action. And whether the deadline is an artificial draft day trade with Brees or an injury down the road or the July whatever deadline to get him signed long term, whatever one of those milestones yields the best haul, pun intended.
I like what you did
the
there.
Jets, that's what I want. Do I think Brees Hall is awesome and helps the team? Yeah. Do I want him to go? Not necessarily, but everybody has their price. So
What's his? Coach, what's his value?
I mean, to the Jets right now, he's their superstar running back. So in your world, and I think Love is fantastic. If Love is on the team, Brees is expendable. And so his value once Love is on the team is nothing. And so if you're going to make that move, it's got to be before round 1 of the draft or early on in the draft. Now, what would I trade for him? I don't know. We have him. So as a Jets fan, I don't want to give him up. Right now, a running back room without Brees Hall doesn't look that scary for an opposing defense, in my opinion.
But Coach, you want Brees on the team the way he's acting, the way he acts after the games, the way he's tweeting. Just we're trying to restart this thing, right? So
yeah, Luke.
It's terrible what he does, right? He's putting so many different things up every day. I mean, it's crazy. I don't know if everyone's seeing all this stuff, but do we really want to go like that on this team, which we're here dying to change?
I mean, Lou, that's a great question. I think you and I are probably of a different era with these other fellas here. You know, I manage people at the office. And so managing a new wave, a new era, a new generation of people who have different priorities and motivations that grew up in a everything's public social media world. If that were the case, I'd probably be in jail right now for the stuff I did as a youth. You can't prove it though, because there's no video and there's no tweet about it. So I kind of feel bad for him that everybody scrutinizes him for it. But at the same time, he's making that bet. He's got a lie in it. Exactly. He wants to put, we'll just call it nonsense, distractful things that you don't know what it means, that doesn't make me feel good of a Jets fan. I want what Johnny's saying. Like, say all the right things up until the moment you're traded for the biggest amount of value possible. That's what I want. But Lou, I don't think we're dealing with, we're not dealing with our generation, except for maybe Nick Folk. But he
reposted Big Fat Liar. How does that come off to Muji or Glenn?
Slap to the face. I mean, I get that he wants to make money, but hold on before we get into it, because I got Boss Girl asked a really good question, and it was going to allude to what I wanted to ask. But we want to give a big shout out to Eddie Ray. Eddie Ray, thank you so much for coming into the show for Jets Worldwide. He says, "What's up, fellas? New to the channel, but he fun of Jake's channel." So
Eddie
welcome,
Ray,
welcome.
can you subscribe. I hope
Welcome.
you subscribed, Eddie Ray.
But Boss Girl says, do you think when Brees comes into a locker room that has an attitude overhaul, his attitude is going to change? I'm going to ask that question first to Snowball, then Coach, then Lou, and then I'll finish it and round it off.
Which
And
one?
chat,
The one that we-
you guys let us know what you guys think of this. But again, I'll read it out to you.
Yeah,
no.
I know. I'm reading it.
So
Like, do you think when Brees comes into a locker room that he has an attitude overhaul, his attitude will change? No, you are who you are, right? Like, he's a leopard, right? He's not going to change his spots. I believe that he is who he is. He is basically, I believe, and just my opinion, I believe he's playing chicken with Muji and AG. I think he's playing chicken with them, and he's just like, you know what? You gave me the tag, and now I can say whatever I want. Like, because I am not a volunteer. I'm a prisoner, right? So, like, you know what? I'm gonna clink the cup up against the bars, and I'm gonna say whatever the hell I want. So, I think this is his challenge to the general manager and to the head coach, and he is like, I am a talent, but you didn't think I was so much of a talent. So, and AG and Muji have done the right thing. They have left the door open, right? They have all the control now. So, be that what it is, this is a standoff between a player, a GM, and a head coach, and we're going to see how that pans out. Now, if the phone rings on draft night, then guess what? Brees Hall, the price is right. And
me and Luby are
see you
jumping
later.
for joy. Me and
Right?
Luby are jumping for joy.
Together, we're
Yeah.
going to be together.
Hell yeah, can't wait. Coach,
So I want to see the pictures of the hugs, but like, yeah, we're going to see what happens, man.
Coach,
I'm gonna go Snowboy. Well said. I think if you're talking about leverage in a negotiation, unfortunately, I think some of the players have to take these social media posts and distractionary tactics. If he signs a big whopping deal and he is excited, he is going to have a positive Jets message, and it was the plan the whole time. And if it wiggles him out of a contract and he gets traded, he'll say, I never wanted to be there. Now you know what my tweets were all about. So I just want him to ball out. I want him to take a dump off pass and run it 40 yards for a touchdown, like every other week. Like I saw in the Cleveland game, I was like, there's offense in one play. So that's what I'd like. I feel bad for him. He is a hostage, but he's a hostage on my favorite team. So like if I was talking to him, I'd give him a hug and be like, look, if you want out, I won't say anything, but you can act differently to maximize your value. And if you want to stay, you can act differently to maximize your value. But that would just be me to him, man to man, not an agent or a PR guy. That's my take. You shake my hand, I look you in the eye. That's my word. That's how I roll. It's different these days. You're Lou?
Yeah, so Glenn and Muji have been very respectful of him, have said how much they appreciate him, how much they want him there. He is not doing the same thing. He is absolutely not. This is not something new. This has been going on for a long time, and no one wanted to really just notice the things that he's saying, because he's reposting. He's saying things that are insulting to the Jets and Muji and Glenn, and these guys, they're seeing it. So I do not think a deal gets done. I think they trade him at the draft. And how many teams need him?
a lot. I mean, I mean, shit.
I mean, if
Dude,
Tennessee didn't want to go with Love that high, they could want him too.
I mean, look. I mean, I can see the
Washington,
I
Tennessee.
could see the Rams, right? Like I'm trying to think of teams like that are be competitive and they're like are a running back away, because that's the other thing with Brees. With a running back, I think typically a running back is like the last missing piece almost, right? To get you over that hump, to get you into the Super Bowl, etc. Insert Saquon Barkley conversation, etc., etc. So like I think of the Rams, right? Maybe the Rams are that. Are they gonna want to do it? You know, tennis. Shit, man. Because then I go back into the conversation of I've had before that. Like, dude, running backs don't hold as much weight as they used to anymore, and that shit changed even more last year with that kid from the 7th round that went to Chicago and what he did over there in Chicago. Yeah. Yeah. You know, it really did. So, but to touch on what she was saying in regards to Brees, look, I could give two shits about that man's feelings. Okay. Like, if I'm gonna be, so we're all guys here, right? We're all together.
I'll be right back.
Okay. And you know, so we're all men, right? And I don't give a shit about the feelings, okay? I really don't. Like, I want you to prove it on the field. Let your damn body of work talk for it, and then you could have some space. I am somebody that is like 1,000 yards. I don't think that means shit to me, if I'm being very honest and very straightforward and transparent with things. People are like, oh, you know, it's 1,000 yards, blah, blah, blah. Look, you got 17 games to be able to get, I think, what is it, like averaging maybe 59 yards. And a lot of these yardages that he was getting was in the fourth quarter. You know, I feel like there might be other guys that are coming out of this draft that could be better than Brees Hall potentially. You know, potentially, not saying that they are. Do I think Brees Hall makes his team good? Yes, but it's also the one he wants to be here, and he does it, man. Dude,
you get your wish.
He's been saying it. You know, if I'm Muji, I'm like, all right, cool. You know, I'm moving silence. I'm letting you talk your shit. Guess where I'm sending you? I'm sending you to the worst team that's out there.
What I would
do. And then go deal with that. Have fun with that, right? Like, that's just me though. And coach, I'm in agreement with you, okay? Because it is like, I was brought up that you work, okay, and your work does your talking for you. You know, I don't need to post shit up on social media. I don't need to do none of that stuff or anything. I let my body of work do, and it's why I've been essentially, I think, okay in life. You know, so if they're trying to rebuild that damn locker room and he's part of the problem, yo, get a scalpel, cut that shit out, and flick it somewhere else, man. Because that's my
Johnny Boy, did you see during the Super Bowl JJ's post?
No.
He just posted how, you know, one day he wants to do this. It was just like a big post, not mentioning the Jets. It was a post about wanting to like win the Super Bowl. I looked at my friend Joey. His name is Joey Yanks. He's a diehard Yankee fan and a big Jets fan. And I said, JJ wants out. He's not. JJ's going to be gone too. And he was gone. When Quinnen went to them, he got his wish. So it seems like in that locker room, if you don't want to be there, you tell them, and they're gonna say, listen, keep your mouth shut. We're gonna get the best trade for you. We'll call you, and you're going. Brees is gonna get his wish. Brees is gonna get his wish.
I mean, part of the reason that I listen, if you're on the Jets and you wear the logo, I'm a fan, right?
Exactly.
So
me too.
1,400 all-purpose yards in 16 of 17 games last year is no slouch. So no one here is making the argument, and I hear you all, that he's some trash player.
Oh, no, he's a good player.
Best running back on our team. He was headed towards rookie of the year, potentially. I was at that Denver game. I talked to him and AVT afterwards when they were both hurt, and I just was shocked. Shitty luck, crappy team. Sucks for him to be on a losing team, but sucks for us. We've been rooting for this shitty team longer. So suck it up, Buttercup. Get in line, work your ass off, and do a great job. Like, that's what we want. I'll buy expensive tickets and pay your salary. I have no issue with that. Like, bust your ass and win, and tell people with your action on the field what you're doing and not posting. It's a distraction. I can't stand that stuff.
Big
but
distraction.
I look.
Exactly, and that's my whole point in it. They're trying to change something. I get it. All you've known is losing, okay, and I understand that point of it. I also understand that, you know, you're trying to make your money, and I will never hate on somebody that's wants to get the bag and is trying to make their money, because if we're being honest with it, the position that he plays, right, the lifespan of it is not long at all. So make your money as much as you can. But if I'm a GM from another team and I'm seeing him post all of this shit, am I like quick to be like, oh yes,
Oh, he's
hell
hurting
yeah.
himself. For
You
sure.
know what I'm saying? Like from the business aspect of it, that's what I'm looking at. You know, like shit. Well, what happens if we start losing? Is he gonna start this shit and say, oh, here we go, same old shit again, just another team? You know, I don't know. Like, again, do I think that Brees Hall is talented? Do I think that he is good? Yes, I definitely do think so. But bro, there's another guy that's there that has a lot to prove, and he could be in this damn draft coming up that we have no idea and blows it out the water. Okay, and then your job is not there anymore. You know,
Yeah.
Snowboy.
Yeah. Listen, Lou B said it. Coach touched on it as well. If you wear the green and white, right, we root for you.
Yeah.
But we root for you when you're on the field, right? Not in the off season when you're raising hell behind the scenes. I'm a big fan of Brees Hall. I have my Brees Hall jersey. It's hanging up, right? It's ready to go this season. It's the old one. It's not the new one. But I always get it when like the guys just get drafted. So it's the Chris Johnson version of the Jets jersey, which I totally hate that jersey, by the way. Yeah, I'm gonna root for you when you're on the field and you're a positive person. But if you're retweeting and saying crappy shit, then get it together, right? Like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you saying what you're saying? If you're gonna be cryptic, don't be cryptic. That's the other thing. Like when they're cryptic on Twitter, it's like you're just trying to avoid the issue.
He's one of
right?
the best at it in the entire NFL, by the way.
Yeah,
He's like a
like
master.
right. He is the what the hell is this guy talking about type of a tweeter. But I wanted to show DKB's comment here, right? And we'll take turns answering this question. Brees Hall is close to becoming a top 10 running back in the league again, or close to becoming a locker room cancer. So you tell me. We'll go around the horn. Is he top 10 running back, or is he top 10 cancer, or is he a cancer?
The potential is there for him to be a top 10. It is. I mean, I'm not gonna like lie and say that it's not. He is. He's good
I
as
think
shit.
both. I
Okay,
think both.
but
Fine.
I mean, you could be that good as well and be a cancer at the same way. So, but look, it would change the fucking narrative, and I'm sorry for cursing, but it would change the narrative if he came out and just literally said, I want to be a Jet for the rest of my life. Okay, it would change it so much. I mean, dude, Garrett Wilson has every reason, 1,000 yards receiving, the amounts of catches that he's done with 20 billion different quarterbacks. And he's not out here saying, you know, oh, it's, I don't know, My Chemical Romance, freaking emo shit that he's tweeting up there and putting stuff. You know, you don't see that.
It's because he's smart.
Because the leader is Garrett. Like Garrett's a leader, bro. I've always said that. When he's been pissed on the sideline going off, because that dude doesn't want to lose. Yeah. He wants to win. You know, and look, Brees Hall has a very, very special place in my heart because he signed my daughter's Hall. I have a Hall jersey signed by Brees Hall. Okay. It was my daughter's first ever anything signed from anybody that is in that celebrity conversation. Okay. But at the end of the day, and I told her, I said, we are a New York Jets team fan first. Okay. You are not bigger than the green and white, which is the New York Jets. And that's my take on that. Coach?
I think Lou hit it right. I think he could be both at any time. And that is the scary part. And it's probably why the two of you are saying you're ready to move on, because it's potentially distracting to a team that doesn't need any distraction.
Exactly. None.
So I understand the argument. I would like it to be different. But if the floor is 1,400 all-purpose yards, okay, that's it. So I agree with you. It could be both. Good question.
So, lastly, I want to say is I think they have a real shot of trading out of 2 to the Titans. I think they have a real shot of trading up to 7, back up to 7, excuse me. And I think they have a real shot of trading out of 33. And I heard 3 times today that for 33, you can get a 1 next year. Is that true?
I have no idea, dude. I am not a numbers
On the
guy
value chart, I think it is.
I don't think the value chart is saying that 33 is a 1 next year.
Can you check that, Snowball?
I'm going to look it up.
I have heard that if you're trading this year's pick, it's for the round earlier in the next year. So if you're trading the number 1 second round pick,
high number 2,
it would make sense to me that a first round pick next year would be in the cards. However,
crazy
trading down with all of those picks, I have no issue with the mocks or whatever that we all have fun doing. Loading up on 4 to 5 starting contributors this year is what we need. That is really up, down. I'd love it if they got more picks this year. I would love it if they got more picks next year, but picks themselves win nothing. The players do. They have got to hit on these players, and they have to develop them, which we started seeing a little bit of development this past year, but not a whole lot. To Gunny's point on the X's and O's, it is time for Glenn to put his money where his mouth is, which I love his bravado. I do. It's what this team needs. However, I need to see it manifest in the 60 minutes a week. That's what I need.
Question: would Arizona take Arvell Reese if he was on the board?
I think Arizona needs everything and anything. So,
but do they pass on Arvell for a lineman? Let's just say
no.
I mean, they'd want to trade back too. They have.
So then if we trade,
everyone wants to trade down.
So you're saying Arvell will be there
at 4?
No. If we trade from 2 to Titans, will Arvell be there at that pick?
I don't think so.
Okay, so then worst case scenario, we leave that draft with Sonny Styles and more picks.
I'm cool.
Really good picks. Haul.
Dude, today I'm Sonny Styles. Look, I want us to go
get him. Then there's no reason not to trade with the Titans. There's
but
no
it's
reason.
But it's like, are they going to want to make those trades with us? Like
the Titans want to come up for love, Johnny boy. They do. They want to come up for love. You've been hearing it. We've been hearing it for a while. And the Giants may make a small offer to move up too. They know that these guys are trying to move, and so could Washington. I'm just saying, but we're really safe at 4. We are really safe because you end up with either Arvell if they pass or Sonny Styles. Just saying. That pick with Tennessee could make our fucking draft. Sorry for language. If Tennessee moves up,
dude, I
need Cardell Tate. I mean,
they could, and then this doesn't work. But it's been reported a few times today. Boomer Esiason was talking about it today as well, that he has heard that he said it's one of the smartest things, one of the best in tune with what's going on, that Tennessee would move up to 2. They would take Love. We would move to 4. The only person in front of us is Arizona. So if Arizona takes Arvell, we could end up with Styles, or if we wanted Bailey, who knows? They could want Bailey right now at 2. We don't know what they're looking at, but we're saying that's such a safe world for us.
And look, dude, right now to me, everything that's being reported, I'm not believing it right now.
If
I'm being honest with you.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
think
that's right. I'm just saying it's a possibility.
I mean,
possibilities.
Look, at the end of the day, bro, I just want him to get right. Look, you know that I've been team offense. Like, I want fucking offense. I want to score. Okay. But now I'm like, that's just not happening. Dude, I could really see them going defense again. Then that's when we hit with a offensive player. Because look, the conversation today that I'm starting to see, that they're saying that Caleb Downs is dropping.
Oh, please. I hope. I would take him at 2.
So imagine if some crazy happens and I'm just going to go with say it's Reese and Downs. Are you happy with that?
I think you could get that if you move up to 7.
Dude, I would.
Because at 7, a Tate can be there, a Downs can be there, a Bailey could be there, a Bain could be there, a Styles could be there. One of those guys have to be there at 7. You could mock draft 3,000 times. One of those guys have to be there at 7.
And that's why I'm hoping that the Ty Simpson conversation that is starting to make a lot of noise, right, is really happening. So that means that somebody's like believing all the hype enough that they're like, yes, he's the one that we want, and they take him, and some of these guys end up dropping even more, and we could continue to keep getting one of these really like top players as well. So I don't know. I mean, in a second round with our 33rd pick, I tell you this much: I want him to get a linebacker, another one, bro. I want 2 linebackers out of this draft that are our top guys, dude. And if Jacob Rodriguez is there at number 33, pick his ass. Because, dude, that dude reminds me, bro, of like Luke Kuechly, bro. Like every time I've seen his tape, I'm just like, fuck, man, this guy's like cerebral up here and shit, and it could only get better. So imagine putting that guy right with imagine putting that guy with Demario Davis, okay, and learning from that. And then you got a Sonny Styles too. And both of these guys are learning from that, and it keeps on going. It would fucking be amazing.
Now, Johnny, you said that your Styles now, right?
Today.
We ever Reese?
Today.
We ever Reese? We ever
yes,
a Reese guy?
I am.
So
yesterday.
Today I invested maybe like a half an hour, right? And I watched Reese tape and I watched Styles tape. And this is the conclusion that I came to. And listen,
Sonny cleaned it up a lot of the times, right?
So here's the thing, right? Yeah, I'm going to kind of to talk about that, right? Every time Reese made a tackle, right? The reason why Reese made a tackle was because Styles took away something from the offense, right? To force Reese to be able to do what he did, right? Flip it the other direction, right? Every time Reese made a play, for me, and I'm just watching, right? And I'm looking at the field. Like Reese wasn't around, right? Reese wasn't near the play. So for me, it seems as though like Styles was the enabler, right? Styles was the enabler. And that kind of speaks to the fact that, do you have faith in the people that the Jets have drafted, like have gotten in free agency, right? Like the Osai, right? And what's the other guy that the other guy that they brought in from the
Kingsbury. They got Osai. They also brought in oh my god, what the hell is his name?
Right, but the thing,
I knew Mate, whatever the hell.
Onomate, right? So like, do you take a Styles and like let those guys feast, or do you want Reese to enhance those guys? Right? That's my question. Do you want a Reese to kind of complement what they got in free agency, or do you want Styles to to enable the guys that they got in free agency to do what they do. So I'm kind of like torn between that, right? And now I'm starting to teeter on the Reese Styles, the thing, because do you have the linebacker that forces the mistakes by the quarterback on the other team? Like, do you have that style of, is it Sherwood? Does Sherwood get better because of Davis being back there now? Like, is he going to be like, if you don't get Styles, is Sherwood Styles? I don't know. I don't know. I need another opinion, and I need the opinion of possibly the guy waiting backstage.
All right, we're gonna bring him in real quick, and I am so happy to see this man. So
Yes.
it makes me actually like, I'm really excited to see him. The return of a OG in Jets Worldwide, our guy, Mr. Bobby Midnight. How do we
Hey,
Bring him in.
Hey, how you
I did.
doing?
Bobby, how's the toe?
There you go.
Bobby?
Good. It's gone. It's gone.
Bob,
How are you?
Snowball, I really
Yeah.
can't answer the question you asked me because I don't really follow the drafts too much. So
that's okay.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
but I wanted to say hello to you guys. I care about you guys more than the Jets. Okay, for now.
Bobby, this is
Very nice.
like, Bobby, can I tell you something? This is,
Yeah.
I believe in like manifesting things, and
Yeah.
I have been thinking about you the past like 2 or 3 days. I'm like, I got to message this guy. I got to message him. I have to send him a DM in Discord. And you coming on just reinforces the fact that we need to talk. So go ahead.
Well, Snowball, you're a great guy. That's great. You're a great guy. And Johnny, you're a great guy too.
You are as well, Bobby.
And I
You look
guess
good.
I got to congratulation the guy on the left-hand side.
Lou
What's
B.
that guy's name?
Thank you,
That's
Lou
Lou
B.
I
B.
Thank
never
you.
heard of you.
Oh,
I
I'm
never
new- I'm
heard of
new
you,
to
Lou
this.
B.
I wanted
Yeah,
you,
but I
Bobby,
took
though.
JJ over you. I'm sorry. I took
Oh
JJ
my
over you.
God! Why would you do that? He's not.
Oh
He's
my
not a
God, I
Jets
don't
fan,
know
Bobby.
you. How would I know you?
I
Yeah, well,
understand, but
where
Bobby,
are you from
I
originally?
actually prayed for you. I prayed for you when you're going through your surgery.
Okay,
Just want to
thank
let
you.
you know.
I'm not being mean.
No,
I
I'm
just
not.
don't
I
know you.
understand. I understand.
Okay, where you from originally? New York?
I'm from the Queens, Long Island area, but I'm a diehard Jet fan. I
No
go to
way.
every
What
game.
part of Queens? Holy
I have a
cow! What
house.
part of Queens?
I have a house in Howard Beach, like the Ozone Park area.
Oh, I used to
Right by
live in
JFK.
Glen Oaks. You know what?
I-
You know
Of
where
course I
Glen
do.
Oaks is?
Of course I do.
Yeah, I used to live in Glen Oaks. Yep.
Well, it's nice
And
to meet
Johnny, how you? Nice to meet you too, Johnny. How you family doing?
Everybody's doing good, man. Everybody's doing well.
I miss your family. Tell her I love them all.
Oh, you know that.
I really do.
Bobby, I text you because I was worried about you.
Yeah, my toe's doing good. The doctor said I went to the doctor's today, and he said it's going to take 2 more weeks. He thinks. And you know who was the doctor?
A hot
Dr.
nurse.
Lacani. Okay. Oh, I had some. When I was in the nursing home, I had some sponge baths. They gave me sponge baths,
Hell
and
yeah.
also at the hospital too. Yeah.
Did the
So
sponge ever
Dr.
like disappear?
Lacani,
They just
huh?
no. I asked,
You know-
like, when they give you a sponge bath, did they ever just like
Yeah.
forget the sponge and just use their hand?
No, I wish. No, they
No.
never did that. but I
At
wish
least
they
you're
did.
honest.
Uh,
He don't lie at all.
So Dr. Lacani did my surgery, right? You know who he is?
who is that?
You know Jake Asman, right?
Who's
Mhm.
that? What?
Jake Asman. You know Jake Asman.
Who's,
Jaco.
I've heard
Him?
of him. I've heard of him.
Him?
I've heard of him.
Yeah, his brother and Dr. Lacani's brother went to school together.
That's
Oh,
That's
awesome.
how
nice.
the small world is.
So he's a young
And
guy.
who's this guy on the right? I heard of him. This guy on the
That's
right.
that's
What's his name?
Coach. Coach
The
Oblick.
coach.
He's very
Coach Obrick.
quiet. So where you from, Coach Obrick?
I'm from Smithtown, so I'm a Suffolk County dude, but I live out
Oh,
in California.
Oh yeah, you moved back to the West Coast, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
but you do look like the coach though, with the beard and all that. I shaved my beard this morning. I had to get rid of
That's
it.
right. You got to put your hat on.
Yeah.
That's
There
it.
it
What
is.
hat is that?
Oh, look, he looks at the coach, Coach Ulbrich.
That's how
Well, who?
DT gave me the
I got a
nickname.
question for you guys. Who are our quarterbacks so far on the Jets? Who do we
Geno
have?
Smith
Forgot.
and Bailey
Yeah.
Zappi
Zappy.
and Brady Cook.
Oh, Zappy, didn't we get him from the Patriots?
We
I
got him off
think,
the scrap heap.
yeah, yep.
Oh, okay. Well, I think that the Jets gonna get. They should not get a quarterback the first 2 rounds at all.
Okay.
You know,
I agree.
they gotta
You think,
wait until they got to get it in the later rounds. Look where what's his name went to. Tom Brady didn't go into the 6th round, right?
Yep.
That's true.
So you could get miracles in the making too. And
Yeah.
guess who won tonight? St. John's kicked butt tonight.
Nice. Go Cleveland.
79-53. Yes.
Red Storm, baby.
Are you happy? Are you happy, Snowball?
Am I happy for St. John's? Yeah, I my neighbor
me
is a
too.
professor. My neighbor is a professor at St. John's, so he.
No
Big-
way.
big-
We were
big
only
St.
10 minutes away from where I lived.
Yeah,
10
so
minutes.
he lives a couple blocks away. He's a professor of theology, and yeah, we're big.
What's
St. John
theology
fans.
again?
Theology is like religion.
What is that?
Yeah, it's like religion.
Yeah, let's
He's
don't
like
do
a
that on
religion
this show,
professor.
please.
But my
We won't
daughter
talk
is
about religion.
my daughter is a graduate
Yeah.
of High Point, so I was very happy that
Oh yeah, High
High
Point.
Point took Wisconsin,
Yeah.
Wisconsin down. Yeah,
Upset of the year. That was great.
that was a big upset in the first round. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Luby,
So
you
go-
like
go
St. John's
Panthers.
too?
Of course I do. I went to a game just recently.
Oh,
I love
good.
St.
Yeah.
John's.
I think they have a good shot this year. I'm telling you.
I went to
Sorry about
Hofstra
the
too,
Tar
Bobby.
Heels. I
So
was cheering for the movie. Yeah.
I went to Hofstra.
Sorry
so
about
I
the
was over
Tar
there.
Heels.
I'm not.
Oh, you
I
went
was
to Hofstra?
I did.
They
No,
got
I
destroyed.
wanted the Tar Heels to win. The team I really wanted to lose yesterday was Duke. I cannot stand that team.
That's
They
my team,
stink.
Bobby. I love Duke, man.
Duke stinks. Duke stinks.
Not as
I
bad
don't
as
like
the
that team.
Tar Heels.
Well, I hope. Who are they playing next round?
I don't
You know?
That's a good question. No,
I hope they get their butts whipped. Bring out the whips. Yeah, I do not like that team.
I think it might be
Hey,
St.
can I
John's.
ask you guys a question? It's not about the Jets. It's
Yeah.
about the Giants. Can I ask you a question about them?
I hate the
Okay, are you
Giants.
happy they got you? Oh, you be quiet over there.
No.
I didn't ask you. I asked Snowball. I didn't ask your opinion. I asked Snowball and Johnny, not you.
Sorry.
Bobby,
It's
we're
their
a panel,
show.
man.
Is it,
All right, go ahead.
is
Ask the
it the
question.
John B show tonight? Is it the John B show
Luby,
tonight?
Luby,
Luby.
Luby, I
Johnny
mean,
Boy,
okay.
Luby.
Well, I'm sorry. Okay,
So Bobby? What's your question?
do you think John Harbaugh was a good pickup for the Giants?
Yes.
100%.
Absolutely.
100%.
That was
Oh,
a
yeah.
shocking one.
They
I almost
hit it out of the
thought
park.
you know who they could get as a running back this year?
Love.
Which one?
The guy from Notre Dame. I want
My
them
favorite
to get
player
Love.
in the draft, Bobby. My favorite player in the draft.
Yeah.
I want him at
I think
two,
he's
Bobby,
gonna
but nobody
be-
wants to listen to me.
Well, I listen to you. I think Love's
Thank
going to
you.
kick butt.
He's
Yeah.
going.
Did you see him when
Everyone
he
is
did
going to
this year
regret.
for Notre Dame? Yeah, well, I
incredible.
think the Giants should get him. Jets should not get him.
Bobby, I
Giants
think
should get him.
Tennessee Titans are going to take him before the Giants.
Yeah, that's the problem, Bobby.
Well, who? Wait a minute. We're 5th, right? I think.
The
Yeah, the
Titans
Giants
are
are
most
fifth.
likely taking him, Bobby. Good chance. Not.
I
It's
hope
a good
so.
chance.
Yeah. Well, Cam Scatterbull got hurt last year.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah,
But he'll
he
be
was a
back this
great
year.
running back. I'm telling. He's crazy though. He better watch out being tackled all the time because he could get himself hurt.
But he didn't get hurt
Wow,
being
this
crazy. He
guy's
got
right.
hurt on some normal stuff.
Yeah.
I know he is crazy. Coach Oberg
Bobby.
is very quiet tonight.
Bobby,
He
I
is.
hate the Giants, and I don't want Jeremiah Love to go on the Giants. I'm a Jets fan.
Well, that's your
Yeah.
that's your problem, not mine.
Hey, Bobby. So coach is very respectful. So he lets
shut
you.
up.
Well,
He
he
lets
could
you.
talk.
No, that's what I
No,
mean.
he
Like
could talk. I like talking to him.
yeah. So all right.
He's a good
all
guy,
right,
isn't he? Good guy.
hold on. Let me
Huh?
set this up the right way. Hold on.
All right.
Coach, you have any pets?
I have 2 dogs. Yeah.
Oh, you got two dogs?
I have 2 hunting dogs. I'm not a hunter. I have a blue tick coonhound and a red bone coonhound,
Ooh.
and they're awesome. Giant
I love
ears.
dogs.
Awesome dogs.
You have cats?
No cats.
No cats. Okay. I have a cat named Nala. Nala. You know what movie that's from?
I'm gonna guess it's from Avatar, but I don't know that for sure.
No. Think of a Disney movie about Africa.
If it doesn't have the Jets in it, I'm not consuming it, bud. I'm a obsessed Jets
Okay.
fan.
The Lion King. The Lion King. And my diabetic doctor has a cat named Simba. Yep, that's good.
How you
So
feeling? I followed
nice
your
talk.
story, and I'm happy you're recovering. How you feeling, though?
Yeah, the doctor liked it today. Doctor was
Good.
very impressed with it today. Yeah, he's a good doctor, Dr. Lacani. He lives in New York now too. So, well, not up here. I mean, he used to live in New York. Yeah, he lives up here now.
Johnny Boy?
Stop playing that, please. That was a bad thing on my show. Very bad. You hear about that story? Huh?
No.
Albert,
What story?
are you the one that Johnny just played? Oh, is that Johnny Boy?
No,
I had a
I've
problem on
tuned
his show.
I've tuned into a couple of your live broadcasts, and I found that there's more other people speaking than you, and so I tune in to hear your takes. And since oftentimes when I tune in,
it's just
you're almost like letting these other guys do their thing. I want to hear from you when I'm on your show.
Well, okay. Wait, what about if you have Gary and Nate talking to each other? They get into some kind of arguments, so I let them go. I can't talk over Gary. There's no way you could talk over Gary. No way, Jose. So Snowball and Johnny, are you gonna have that stuff this year when the Jets come around or no?
Yeah, when the Jets
You
come
know what
back
I'm
around,
talking about.
oh yeah, match game.
Yeah,
we're gonna.
Yeah,
we're
that's what
we're
I
gonna
meant.
have match game back, and we're gonna invite you to be on the panel,
right?
Yeah, I love that. Oh, I love doing the answers. Yeah, that's fun.
And we're gonna ask Lou B, and we're
yeah.
gonna ask Coach to get on it with us as well.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
Coach,
that would be
Lou B,
good.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen the match game.
I haven't.
We've done it. So when we first started,
Albert did.
Yeah, we did a match game type of show here, but it was all Jets based, right? So it was dude, it was so funny, man. It was great. So we'll bring it back.
What was the funniest commercial you guys had?
I would probably
Johnny, you know
have
what I'm talking about.
I would probably have to go ahead and say parenting.
Yes, that's the one I love. Yeah. That's what I love. Yeah, remember that? Johnny used to do the setup for that. I died laughing in that one. That's the best one. Yeah, that was cute. That was funny.
And we still got.
Yeah, he was good.
By Blitz.
We still got Blitz.
Yeah, he works at a hotel, right? Doesn't he?
Yeah.
We got this guy here too.
Yeah, you know who came to Alden's shoes today?
Who?
JJ wanted to give him a hard time, but the store closes. He went too late. Good guy right there. Chef Kevin.
Shout out to Chef.
Gotta meet him. I met him.
And
but I
Bobby,
gotta go
and you know what we want for the New York Jets to have next year?
What? Pride. Yeah, I hope they do. Yes. Yeah, I hope they do. Yeah, your commercials were great. I'm telling you. So when are you gonna start? Like preseason?
Probably.
Yeah. It's very difficult to get a whole bunch
10
of people
on the screen.
You know, so
Yeah, for Sunday, definitely Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Bobby,
I
what
agree.
you got cooking?
Yeah, nice
where
talking
can
to you
everybody
guys.
find you? Hey, Bobby, we
On
love
the
you.
Legend
We're
of Bobby Midnight Show.
hell
right.
yeah.
I love you too,
Hell yeah.
guys. That's why I wanted to call in. I haven't talked to you guys for a long time.
So you're Bobby
Snowball,
Nine
you
Toes
still
now?
teaching, right, Art?
I'm still
What?
teaching art.
Yeah.
Now you're Bobby Nine
Me
Toes?
and me and Nick shine on 9 toes.
You and Nick. So now you have 18 toes between the two of you.
Yep. Does
That's
these
it.
two know what you did before? Did you ever tell these two what you did? Who was your student?
Oh, did I ever tell them that Johnny Boy was my student in school?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that strange?
I did not know that.
He's an art teacher, and Johnny was in there. Yeah, I was shocked when I heard that.
Every abstract picture that I used to come up with is because of Snowball.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's it.
It's awesome.
So,
Yeah, abstract is good. Yeah. You know what today is? I want to tell you the last thing. Guess what today is?
the
It's
Friday?
first day of spring.
There you go. Snowball got it.
That's it.
Snowball got it.
Do you know
First day of
after
spring, baby. No more-
Do you know after what time?
No, it started at 7:00 this morning.
You're right.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a
Is
full
that when
day.
you balance an egg
'Cause
on its end?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you can do that. Yes, I learned that, and I think I learned it on a TV show.
Yeah.
Can't remember which one though.
Well, Bobby,
All right,
we
guys.
appreciate
Thank you for
seeing
having me
man.
on.
Later, Bobby.
I
Nice
just
to meet you,
wanted
Bobby.
to say
Bobby, we
hi.
love you, man.
Nice to meet you guys. Have a good
Later, Bobby.
night.
This was supposed to happen. We were supposed to talk to him tonight.
He's awesome.
Yes.
Hey, to that point earlier, fellas, about hearing Boomer Esiason and others talking about the rumor mill, and I changed my my little blurb to smokescreen season, just so we all remember that the Jets can be putting out a ton of stuff.
Sure, absolutely.
Right? Every agent, every other team, and right now it's the season of lies. So I hope Muji is cooking and he's trading and he's moving around and he's getting value. And if we lose Brees, I hope it brings back a windfall of assets or players. So, I was optimistic. I think we've done a really good job in free agency of filling holes and not having giant glaring needs. The defense specifically doesn't feel like a disaster. The offense, we can still probably point to wide receiver too. And I like A.D. Mitchell, so I'll just say the wide receiver room can use some love. Early on in the offseason, Johnny Boy and I were talking about Tate at 2 because I said, you go get that wide receiver when you know you can, and then you fill that room out with talent. We're still an injury away on offense from absolute dog garbage. Right?
Dude, 100%. That's why I was upset with the letting go of Mechie, because I was like, our damn wide receiving room is already horrible, right? In the sense of after Garrett Wilson, you have a question mark on A.D. Mitchell, which I think A.D. Mitchell is going to be good. So, but it's still a question mark, okay? And then it's question mark after question mark.
They're gonna fill it though, Johnny Boy. They're gonna fill it. They're gonna fill it.
And there's a lot of wide receivers that are not being talked about, but I want a big body there. Give me a guy that's like 6'5", right? That like the cash radius is there, dude. Like, dude, seeing Jordan Tyson talk the other day with about his brother, and that if he was to come and play, I think in Cleveland or something, from what I saw, I did not know Jordan Tyson was that big of a wide receiver. Did you guys see him?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit, this kid is huge.
Yeah. Dom C has him rated as like his top wide receiver.
Coach?
Right. Over Tate and Lemon.
Who's our red zone target?
Anybody.
No. Right now, on the field, on the team. So what I'm saying is, from a draft perspective, from a free agent perspective, if you could ask that question and say, I don't know, I'm not sure, then that's a glaring need.
Yep.
So I look at that and I say, is Jelani Woods healthy enough to be a red zone target with goal
We
to
didn't
go?
even get to see him last year, which was terrible, right?
A little bit at the end, but not any meaningful snaps.
Well, Frank knows him, so he kept him. Obviously, he knows him. So I don't know. He looked good in his reel, was pretty impressive, and I was like, we didn't see him at all because I was watching every one of these guys, and I was dying to see him actually.
Me too.
Let me ask you guys this, right? With the Alfredo move that we picked up, you guys don't see us getting Sadiq at all at 16. Like, people are really just saying no to him, and I'm like, dude, look what
Who's
Alfredo
on the board
did.
though, Johnny Boy?
Doesn't matter. If
Is
you
Tyson on the board?
Yes.
Then I would take Tyson over
I think I would take Sadiq because he does not have all the injuries.
No, he's incredible. He is incredible for sure.
So it's a real conversation to have. Like, just to say no to Sadiq and be like, no, I don't want him because he's a tight end. Dude, he's a game changer. He will change that game in there. And him and Mason Taylor, I don't even think, if I'm being honest with you, Jordan Tyson makes it to 16. If all the receivers are gone and then Sadiq is there, it's a convo, man.
Omari at 16, yes or no? If those guys are gone, Sadiq
No.
and
Cooper looks good to me.
He does.
I would rather a wide receiver than a tight end. However, Sadiq looks like he is the guy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, history has shown tight ends don't come into the league with a fully well-developed, pass run blocking. I mean, some of them are specialists, but this guy does not look like he has got everything. I'm not an analyst, but the history says a tight end take a year or two, and even if he is the 10th best tight end on year 2 and he's the top 20 year 1, he doesn't help the team right now. And I need immediate impact starters, in my opinion. I want Glenn to save his job. I want Glenn to coach the hell out of this defense. I want Reich to show us some competency. And I don't know if him as a tight end moves the needle. I know he's fast, and I mean, some of his I watch the highlight tape, so everyone looks good when I watch it.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, I think if you remove it from him being a tight end and see him as just as a weapon, you're like, yes, let's do it. But he is a tight end, right? And that's why, like I said in the beginning, I really think we're gonna go defense.
Yeah.
And I was all about wanting offense, but I think it changes. I think the free agents that they picked up, they want to hit on defense and hit on defense hard, that it's only going to essentially bring up those players, right? So you have your Demario Davis that could coach. You have your Asai. You got your, I can't even say his name correctly, Kingsbury. Kingsbury, Kingsley, there you go. Yes. Kingsley, who Green Bay Packer fans were crying when this guy left. Okay. They were crying when this guy left because they talked about how much he really set the edge, right? And if there was a running play to that side, he shut that shit down quick, So, and we've had issues with that in the past. So it's an intriguing time. I am really excited to be at this draft because I got the feeling that this is the draft that is going to start ascending this organization to what you said earlier, Coach, and I saw it in the chat, that I want to be good for the long run. I just don't want it a real quick fix right now and that's it. No, keep building it to the draft, right? Let the draft be the guys that keep ascending and going up and go from there, So, and I think we're going to start to see it.
Yeah,
that's just my take. I don't know shit, so
No, I agree with you, Johnny. I think based on what you said before, that you wanted, offense, and now you think we're going to go defense. Listen, I'm comfortable with them doing whatever, as long as they're taking, players of value. Obviously, we have needs everywhere still. I mean, we did plug a lot of holes, right? We did, but depth is important, and the fact that we have to address things like QB2, wide receiver 2. The thing is that the faith that I have in the people who are scouting players for the Jets, and like Muji's evaluations and AG's evaluations of players, the trend, I'm going to say the trend is your friend, and what they've been doing so far has been positive. So I'm going to put my faith in the people who are making the choices at bringing players in, and say, you know what, they know how to handle it, right? So like, I'm not going to lose faith if they go defense, offense, or offense, defense, offense, or whatever it is. They're doing things for a reason. They're going to bring in good players. Now, the question before, Luby, you were saying that if Tyson, Lemon, and Tate are gone by 16, what do you do?
So I don't think Lemon even has a shot. Again, Tate gone.
Yeah.
Lemon gone. Sadiq possibly. Does Sadiq make it past Kansas City and the Ravens? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
That's a good question.
Does Kansas City take Bain instead? I would do this draft a million times, man. I could say it in my sleep backwards. But I want to say something to be a little bit throw this whole thing off.
Yeah.
I watched that lineman, Olavega. Is that how you say his name?
He's a monster, bro.
Oh my God. If you're talking about Johnny Bull, what you're saying is if we're building for the future, you don't even think about those receivers. You take that guy. He opens up holes. It makes it look like there's a garage door there. He's like launching people from. Can you imagine that guy on our line with what we already have?
Left, and it was the rain.
Crazy. Thunderlips.
Thunderlips in the building.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
Do you brush your mustache all the time?
Doctors over here.
He does. I seen it. Hey, major shout out to my guy Thunder. This is the hat that he got me. Check out the hat. It is.
This is called.
It's fresh,
And
very
Mrs.
fresh.
Thunderlips.
And Miss
Sugar Lips.
Hey, I look. Let her know that I look forward. I'm yelling. Why am I yelling? Tell her I look forward to having everybody come over so we could grill out and throw some some.
Yeah. No, I already got everyone psyched up too for each house for the lake and stuff. But hey, Snowboy, real quick.
Yeah. Snowboy.
Yeah, so my brother's a teacher on Long Island right now. We're doing the marathon on Sunday, so he drove down from Long Island. But he teach. Stefan, where do you teach again?
What school?
Yeah,
Sachem.
Sachem. He's a high school teacher at Sachem.
Okay.
So I don't know if you're still over there, but yeah. So you guys.
Yes, I teach on Sachem.
You do too?
I'm not a teacher at Sachem, but Sachem. You know what Sachem means, right?
It means, hey, how are you?
That's right. Hey, how the F are you? Yes.
Does it really?
No, I believe it means Long Island.
Both of my parents were teachers at Sachem.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Grundy Elementary School and Nokomis Elementary School.
Look at that.
All right, Lou B. I guess we'll leave this conversation real quick. Hold on.
All right.
Well, look at that. So we're talking about teaching in Long Island.
Teaching families.
Yeah. Actually, so quick Jets question for Johnny Boy's crying in the corner. No. So would you be upset if we took Tate at number 2? So if we didn't make any move at wide receiver to get us, we're saying A.D. Mitchell is our 3/possible 2. If we make no moves before the draft, and the Jets were like, you know what, fuck it, we need a wide receiver, let's just grab Tate.
I'd be happy
you guys
as
be
shit.
Pissed or cool?
I'd be happy as shit. I've been saying it forever and a day. I don't think that happens at all.
Yeah.
But I would be happy as shit because I want offense. And Phil, if you're watching,
did you put me on a timeout there, Johnny?
No.
No, I can't hear shit. I'm gonna log off and log back in because I actually want to hear what you guys have to say.
Okay.
I don't think there's no shot with taking Tate. I don't think so.
I agree. I definitely don't think that happens.
I think
but
I think they're juggling Arvell and Sonny Styles right now, and possibly Bailey. I think that's what they're juggling right now.
Or a trade back. I agree.
Or
I
a
think
trade back.
I
And if you
think
trade
that-
back, you can get one of those same guys. Why would you not trade back with? Why would you not say, Titans, come on up?
So I didn't
Thunder-
hear you guys' response. Go ahead, buddy.
So I'll go first, and then we'll get it to Luby, Coach, and then Snowball. I would not be upset at all. I wanted that from the very beginning. I've been saying that I want the best wide receiver that you have because I feel like this is such a deep defensive draft this upcoming year. Get the best offensive players of need right then and there and do it. And if Tate is that guy, do it. Do it now and all that. And then at 16, give me Vega. Go ahead and fix that. And, bro, I guarantee you Breece Hall is going to shut up and be happy as shit because that line is so stacked. So, Luby?
Yeah, I don't think they take Carnell at 2. I think there's a bunch of options that are not as good as him, but this is a deep wide receiver draft. So we have a lot of picks, and we might trade back and up. And I just don't think they take Carnell at 2. I think they're looking at Arvell, like I said, Bain or Styles at 2. That's what I really think. And I think that they might trade back.
But would you be pissed if they went with Tate at 2?
No, I would not be pissed to have Carnell Tate on this team. Absolutely not. But I just don't think that they are. He's incredible. He's the safest receiver in the draft right now because Tyson has injuries. Makai Lemon has, his personality. And Omar is not as good as Carnell Tate. But there's later receivers too, like Zachariah Branch, Ted Hurst. There's some crazy receivers that we could get at 33 and 44. So I just don't think they're going to do it.
Bernard,
yeah.
I agree
Bell.
100% with Lou. That's would I be upset? Absolutely not, Thunderlips. And for a while, I thought he was the guy. He was the complement to Garrett. He would open up the offense. That was before they got Geno, who loves to chuck the ball up and hope for a 50-50 catch with DK Metcalf or somebody else. So, he kind of fits the Geno. So it would make our offense hum a little bit more. I unfortunately think that our defense got so little pressure last year that the opportunity to add an impactful edge rusher at 2 or high is more valuable to the team roster construction and the immediate impact, especially on the back end. Those guys can't cover for as long as they were covering for. Actually, they weren't covering last year, but we need pressure on the quarterback, and we need somebody that they're going to scheme to try to take away. We don't have that guy, so I think Reese is the smart pick, but I'll video myself cheering for Tate if they.
I'd be happy to.
I'm a righty though. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand it if they went with. I would not be upset, but
no.
I mean, look at the moves they made on defense. They didn't get world beaters, right? But they built it with some depth. We got good core pieces. You can't just. You're not going to get an impact player like you shouldn't in free agency. Yes.
I'm going to beat you.
You're not going to beat me in chess. I promise you. All right. Well.
And Thunderlips, we have 3 picks next year, and better than Carnell Tate is Jeremiah Smith.
Oh man, 100%. I mean, I would love to use that I think Jeremiah Smith is gonna go like top 3, top 5, right? And if we have 3 first-round draft picks, unless we're getting 1, 2, 5, you want a quarterback next year? I don't think we're gonna get both. To be honest with you, I mean,
the hope is that one of these damn receivers that we get, one of these quarterbacks turns out to be fucking Tom Brady out of nowhere, or it's a freaking Brock Purdy, right? And we're like, holy shit, maybe once, finally, the football gods love the New York Jets and they figure it out. Because I tell you this much, I like Drew Allard a lot, man. Like, you were telling me that a guy that was supposed to be in the conversation of being a first rounder got knocked out because of that injury, and the potential was there.
That's the same thing with Nussmeier, though, too, right? Everyone was,
dude.
all over him.
That's the other thing. A.D. Mitchell in that interview that they just had,
Right. Yeah.
was gloating about Nussmeier.
Was he?
Yeah, bro. He was talking about him saying like that he thought he was gonna be like the easy Heisman runner. Like this guy was just that good of a player that he's ever seen. So.
Well, I know it's crazy to say that I wouldn't say I trust Muji, but like, you could see this year, like the moves that he's making. And I know you feel the same way. I've texted with you before. It's like, I just feel comfortable. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel confidence. It's hard because the proof is in the pudding, and we have to have wins, and we have to see how this year plays out. And it's like, you remember when Parcells was like, they want you to cook the meals, but you can't, shop for the groceries. What happens if your the groceries is like a Wagyu steak and you have all this good shit, but you're cooking freaking like steakums? You know what I mean? Like if you suck as a cook. And I'm rooting for AG, but it's going to be an interesting dynamic after this season if we still suck and he was bringing in good players, and it's all about coaching. So I just want everything to click, though, to be honest, as every Jets fan should. We shouldn't be rooting for bad shit. We should be rooting for success and everyone to have success. We need it, man. We all deserve it. We're sitting here on a Friday in freaking March talking about the Jets. You know what I mean? Like we all are psychotic and we need lives. So
some more than others.
It's mental illness.
But let me get off. I'm gonna beat my son in chess. No holds bars. Bishop's opening. You going down, buddy? All right. You guys won.
Later, Thunder.
Okay. Rook to pawns 5. Go ahead.
All right, you guys have a great night. I appreciate to be able to.
Oh, you leaving us now, Lou B?
Well, I got to go to work now, Johnny boy. Believe it or not.
I mean, I know you do, but
it's shower time, and I'll be at work by 11:30.
Hey, what's going on tonight? What's going on tonight at work? Who we got on the ones and twos?
I got Rick Wonder tonight. He's a local guy that we use. He's incredible. He DJs like Bounce and stuff like that, and all these different places. And tonight he's across the street, so nice. I run on over, and that's it. I'll be back at like 4:00 in the morning, and start watching Boy Green at 7:30.
Right.
Hey, Luby, let me ask you.
Yeah.
All right. You're back in the club, and then out of nowhere, they start playing some TKA. Are you instantly getting in onto the dance floor? And
Louder Than Love?
Hell yeah, bro.
I had TKA here last year, man.
Hey, or look, all right. They go and they bring out George Lamont.
I had him here with TKA together. I had them perform together. Did that many times.
So look at that. See, Luby is a master dancer. Okay.
No, I don't dance. I make people dance.
Jets worldwide exclusive. All right.
There you go.
Luby, appreciate you, brother.
Pleasure, buddy. Have a great night.
Thanks for coming in.
Coach.
Tell the bottle girls we said hello. All right.
Coach.
Thanks, fellas. Hey, I got one more thing, and then I do need to run as well. Muji was cooking last year with Joe D's scouting department and front office, and now this is year one of him cooking up whatever he's cooking with his people, whether he replaced them or not. He made the call. So I expect the next level of scouting, the next level of draft. I expect improvement, just like I expect AG to learn from some of the mistakes from last year and improve. So I think we are heading in the right direction, and I'm stoked. And yeah, I count down the days for all of these things, including Friday night for Jets Worldwide. And if you're listening and you haven't clicked the like button, that's bull. Click it, subscribe, and tune in, because this show is awesome. It doesn't matter that Green Bean dates a dude named Kevin or not. It does not matter, okay?
Hey.
That's a different story for another day.
You got to watch the other episodes to
Coach,
figure that
right
one
before
out.
you go, I wanted to ask you this, because I did, and you brought it right back up, and it made me think of it. This whole narrative that's being put out there right now about there is a lot of turmoil between Muji and Glenn. Do you believe it? Do you think that's any truth to it, or is it just a whole bunch of bullshit?
My heart tells me it's all nonsense, and my brain tells me that these guys are invested in each other, and I hope they don't agree on everything. I hope there's conflict and challenges, and I hope they're high character men that figure out how they solve the problem and Woody's not there. And I don't give Darren Muji 100% of the credit for all these moves. It's a team effort. I'm sure AG has got something to do with this. So I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but I like the direction. So I don't believe any of it. It's negativity, and it's not for me.
Coach, who's the best head coach in the league?
Afram.
Who's the best head coach in the NFL?
Afram.
Oh my goodness, that's a great question.
Sean McVay.
The one who wins.
Yes, that's the answer. The best answer to that question, the best head coach in the NFL is the one who wins the Super Bowl, right? So how many times in a row do NFL teams win the Super Bowl? How often is it that you win year after year after year? Doesn't happen. What?
I could rebut that and say, like, did Sean Payton not have a fantastic year and he lost his quarterback in the playoffs, and like it probably would have gone a different way? So I will say that while you are correct in the retrospect, the reality is we got coaches that are taking a trash team and making them mediocre. So that is probably harder to do than taking a stellar epic team like the Eagles or the Ravens, right? And saying, hey, you got the MVP. You can't win with the MVP.
Right. That's the thing. Like every year it changes, right? The best team in the NFL changes. The head coach, the best head coach in the NFL changes every year.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Why is everyone writing off, like, who's like the surprise head coach who's going to like take that team a little bit further than everyone thought, right? That's all. I like to put it out there. I like to hope springs eternal. AG has a possibility of changing the minds of a lot of people. So I'm always hopeful. I'm always optimistic. I'm always looking towards the future. And with the right people, the right draft, we're all very happy with free agency so far. The draft is just going to enhance what we have. A reboot of the coaching staff. AG called the defense is to me is a positive. New York Jets, if you are watching this show, we are the world's largest AG supporters on YouTube. So just stick with us. Hell yeah. So, let's make it happen. I hope this year we make it happen. My words come, positivity happens.
You could hope.
My final request before I run away. What's up, Afram? Can we see a little bit of Johnny Boy's art? Did you keep any of it? Like, is there a folder that has Johnny Boy's art in it that we can see some of that?
It is really, really not suitable for when he took my art, that stuff that's in there was because I would get in trouble and suspended. So that's what was going on.
In other words, they didn't appreciate your.
This is Johnny Boy's sketchbook from when he was in high school. There are a lot of boob pictures and penis pictures. So
yeah, and the famous S, right, where you put the little 3 signs. Right,
everybody does the same S, yes, right. Yep. The infinite numbers of that. So in the sketchbook.
And Coach is gonna go right now and start showing everybody, hey, look, I just remembered I could do this. Coach, appreciate you, man.
Thanks, fellas. I love the positivity. Enjoy the rest of the show. I'll listen with my family.
Take care, Coach.
Sounds good.
JETS. Jets.
So then we have Afram, and then we sub Coach for here's Hep.
Hey guys,
what's up?
Great to be here. I figured I'd just pop in and say hi.
Afram.
Nice to meet you, Hep.
Hey, Afram.
Have you met?
I figured I'd just pop in and say hi. See you guys. I'm glad you got over that 500 hump. Now it's all, now it'll start picking up steam and stuff.
That's it.
I tell you, I just jumped in to say, everyone's poo-pooing Love at 2, which I understand. However, they're not poo-pooing Love at 5 for the Titans. No. We're taking like what, 3 spots.
Right.
Anyway, the problem is that I hear multiple guys, but Mel Kiper especially, comparing Jeremiah Love to Emmitt Smith.
Oof, I know.
Can we afford to pass on Emmitt Smith? I mean, a player of that caliber. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just. It reminds me of the Dan Marino time. You know, when we passed on Dan Marino because he smoked a joint in college or something. You know what I mean? And now it's legal in the country, so it's crazy. You know.
But he didn't inhale, so
that
that's
was
okay.
our. If we had Dan Marino, that was our Super Bowl right there. That we could.
But I mean, wasn't so my dad's favorite quarterback was Kenny O, right? He loved Ken O'Brien, okay? And my dad says to this day, when they would have those battles between Dan Marino and him, and it was always Ken O'Brien, if he would have had a better line, right? Or if the verses or the roles were reversed, right? Like Dan Marino would have been what Ken O'Brien was with us and all that, you know? So he always says that to me. I mean, because Ken O'Brien had an arm.
Yeah, but it wasn't that Marino's arm was historic as far as you know. You've seen him play, Dan Marino play. I mean, he was just so accurate, and the quick release. It was so reminiscent of Joe Namath, the throwing motion, and that was Dan Marino's hero was Joe Namath. You could see the way he would throw, you know, the way he threw the ball.
He also had two very fast
Marino.
receivers.
You know, crazy story about another great player who never got to the big show, right?
100%. 100%.
But anyway, I just wanted to stop by, plant that seed, and wish you guys luck. I'll probably see you tomorrow. Peace out.
Sounds good. Hep, thank you, man. Appreciate you coming in.
Coach Hep, everybody. Yeah. Coach Hep.
Well, Marino had two very, very fast wide receivers in Duper and Clayton. He never had a running back, and that was another thing. So he was just passing all the time. It was very, and at that time it was usually in that period of time, running back was more important because running, it was more of a running game. But then they surely used what he had, and basically they were just throwing the ball, and that's why he had like passing yards galore. But like I said, he never had that running game, and they just didn't have the team to put together to get to the big game.
So Ken O'Brien and Dan Marino have the same number of Super Bowls.
Yeah. Ken was good. He just held on the ball too long. That's the problem. Yeah. He took a lot of sacks.
All the girls liked him on the posters. All the girls liked all the Kenny O posters.
He was an accurate thrower, and he had very good wide receivers too.
Yes.
So, and we had a running game. We couldn't go any further. Yeah.
No.
It's just that's what happens. Like you said.
Yeah.
Could be any coach.
So what's your thoughts on the on a lot of the conversations that we were having?
I came in late.
Okay.
Late, yeah.
So we just to give you a quick summary, we were talking about a lot of the interviews that are going out. So we were talking about I don't know if you've seen it, but the interview that Geno Smith had with Michael Irvin and Brandon Marshall. It's a must watch. Like I'm putting that out there. It's on Netflix. It's called the White House, with Michael Irvin. And
it's on Netflix?
It's on Netflix. Yep. Okay. Yep. It's called The White House. Can I say something really quickly? Because I meant to say this in the beginning.
It's your show.
How crazy the fact that Michael Irvin named his podcast The White House. Yeah. Anybody that remembers, back in the day, what happened at that White House that was like literally not even a mile away from the Cowboys facility and all the stuff that they used to do there. I think it's hilarious, genius of Michael Irvin of putting on that, So do you guys know about that, about the whole White House?
No. I've never heard of that one. But
all the drugs that they used to do?
Yes, all the women and everything like that. That after practice, that's where they would go. So they would make sure that the next day, even if they party so hard or whatever, they still made it to practice on time, no matter what. There. Yep.
Hey, why not? Were you guys talking about who they're selecting draft picks and all that?
We touched on that a little bit.
Yeah, but it was more about the interviews. We more or less were talking about the Geno Smith interview, the A.D. Mitchell interview.
I saw that one. Yeah.
The conversation between the whole narrative that Muji and Aaron Glenn have beef with each other and they're arguing and all this stuff, that we think it's not a real narrative that's out there.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes when there's smoke, there's fire too. But as long as they, you could have, arguments as long as you don't hold grudges and
Right.
you backstab one person over the other. So
Ephraim, what's your take on AG? What's your take on Geno Smith coming back?
I thought, you look at it, I think it was a good move. He didn't have many choices, but enough for nothing. It's not like he wasn't a backup coming in.
Right.
You
think we take another bet? Or we
find
standing
another
pat with
vet.
this?
No, you got to get somebody else. I don't think they're gonna stick with what they have right now, unless Tyrod
Smith, Zappy, and drafted quarterback is not your cup of tea.
I'm not thrilled with Zappy, but then again, I don't know who else they're going to bring in.
Oh, who you want me to bring in? Did you just say Ephraim? I know who I could bring in.
Bring in some brains.
Phil, what's going on, Phil? Phil, Ephraim, Phil.
Have we met?
Okay.
We've met.
Yes, we have. How you doing, Ephraim? Been a long
Good,
time.
yourself?
Though.
Yes. How are you?
I'm doing. Yeah, I work on Friday nights, so I never get to call in. I try and listen and jump in and out throughout the night, but I just saw you guys were still on, and I had some time, so I'm really thankful to get on for a minute. So real quick, some of the stuff tonight, a lot of conversation about Breece Hall.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit if Breece Hall is happy. I don't give a shit if he's emotional and tweets stupid shit. I really don't care. If he's ever going to be what we hoped he was going to be, and I said that last year, if he's ever going to be what I thought we thought it would be last year, and I thought he was okay last year. He's not a game breaker. He's really not. And he's a good running back. I want him, but I'm not going to lose my mind if they trade him either. I think they have an idea of what they want for him. If they can't get it, and they can't get it for what they want to pay, they're going to make him play under the tag. And boo-hoo, $14 million. Fuck you. Play football, man. You want to get paid? Go have a good year.
That's it.
Yes.
You play, you're only hurting yourself if you don't play, give your heart out. Because the next team's going to see that and they're going to say, "Oh, it's you." If you're not going to play, if all you're worrying about the money and you're not showing anything to earn it, you're not, if you're looked at as a cancer to a locker room, guess what? You're not going to have many choices as far as teams going after you. If you for next year, if they choose not to tag him again, and you're going to get him another year older.
So if he's a malcontent, if he's a malcontent, he's a cancer, he's mopey and shit. All right, well, you know what? You're just burning, $50 million. Be a jerk. Go ahead. All right. And if they have to, there's cut. So I don't like pussyfooting around with stuff. I really don't. And as far as running backs in general go, there's an exceptional guy. Saquon Barkley is exceptional. Derrick Henry is exceptional. When he's healthy, Christian McCaffrey is exceptional. Breece Hall is not in that class. He's just freaking not. So I'm not giving him $15 million or $14 million. I'm not giving him 4 years. I can't even tell. Am I breaking up?
It's a little bit choppy. Phil, what might help you, turn the camera off, right? If you just turn the camera off, and then that might help it, so you don't have to do the video on it, and then you might be able to.
Your audio might be better.
Yeah, the audio will be there.
I'm not even sure how to do that.
There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Now your audio is perfect.
Is that
now
better?
Your audio is perfect. Yeah. Yep. We can hear you. You're not breaking up at all.
If he wants the money, show your ability that you're in that class with those other two running backs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of people have talked about this on various shows. I know all of you guys have heard it. Brees is a guy who goes down on first contact pretty easily. He's a guy who gets a lot of negative 1 yards, positive 2 yards. He can be special. He catches the ball well out of the backfield. His numbers are good, but they're just not elite running back numbers. They're just not.
No.
And I'm also a believer that every year, and Johnny, you mentioned Kyle Monangai earlier. That's my guy, man. I'm a Rutgers fan. I told everybody last year, whoever gets this guy and I knew he was going to go somewhere in the 6th, 7th round. That guy's a freaking steal. He's a bowling ball. He's 5'9", 220, and he's like fucking steel. All right. There's guys out there that can run with the football. And guess what? Rookies want to freaking make money. So I have no problem if they can get whatever they think they can get for him. But I'm sure they want a 3rd round pick, and I don't know if they can get it.
The thing here is they already franchise tagged him, so he's guaranteed 14.5, right? So
yep.
Plus, I'm not hearing that many teams are. I haven't heard anything as far as any teams looking to want him at this point. So he's going to have to renegotiate his deal, because I don't think anyone's going to trade him and give you a pick and keep that salary. So they're going to have to renegotiate his salary to probably go lower, but give him the years he wants. But it's not, just like this, Juwan Jennings. He thought he was going to get 20+ million a year, and his market isn't there. No one's reaching out to him. Some of these guys think they're worth a lot more, and the rest of the league doesn't see it that way.
Yeah,
I mean, I agree. I don't know if it's true or not, but I've heard rumors that Brees wants 14, 15 million for 4 years. Okay, I don't think anybody's interested. I certainly haven't heard that, but I have heard of like 4 years, 45 to 48, and I think the Jets are looking at a 3-year, $30 million type deal, and if he doesn't want it, they'll tag him. They already did. If they can trade him, they will. And if somebody else is willing to give him a 4-year deal in the 40s, they'll take the tag and trade, and they'll make that deal. I think the Jets are smart for not wanting to go that far and that big.
And I think that's why they're not negotiating his contract until after the draft, because I'm sure they're going to try to move him during the draft.
I agree. Snowboy, what do you think?
Yeah, I think they left the door open for a trade during the draft. So, just to keep it within the realm of possibilities, listen, like you guys have said, if he's on the team, fantastic, just run. And if he's not, have a great time. The only thing is that, like, what is the value, right? You think the Jets want a 3rd for him, but you could have had. We know that we could have had a 4th with the Chiefs, if there's any truth to that. So what is it now? Now it's later, and what is his value now? Has it gone down? Is he a 4th round pick still? Is he less than a 4th round? Is he a 5th round pick now? What is he?
I think he's still a 4th round pick, and I think the Jets should not. Jets at this point should just, if they get it, take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get somebody to bite on a 4th.
Get a 4th and basically grab a running back this year.
Yeah.
That's all.
See,
There's plenty
that's
of running backs.
That's the one part that I think. That's the one place where I tend to part ways, where I think the conventional wisdom is if they can get that 4th, part ways. He don't want to be here. Blah blah blah. I would keep him under the tag and run him freaking ragged. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But if he's ever going to be great, he's going to be great this year, because this is his career, man. This is it.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So I'd pay him. Go ahead.
I agree. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't care about his feelings. Like, I don't care about that. I think he would make himself. I think he would help himself out if he was just to come out and say, I want to be a Jet, okay, and I love this team, or some stupid crap like that. You know, something to that where it'll start tempering a lot of people's, you know, emotions that come along with it. Because at the end of the day, right, I root for the team of the New York Jets. I don't root for just one player, you know, and as of right now and what he's doing, dude, what they're trying to build, I feel like you could get there's a guy that's out there that is itching to get the number one spot as a running back, and that's going to say, I could be better than him. I can do it, and I will be able to. Because again, the numbers for me and what he's done, I'm not over here like, oh my goodness, we're going to lose him, and we're going to go down. I feel like, you know, Braylon Allen could maybe come in and step in to be that, with this line being a lot better. You know, the other kid, maybe we draft somebody.
Davis.
Okay, Davis. Yep, Isaiah Davis. Maybe we end up drafting a guy that plays for Indiana, right? That is their guy. Has been a really good workhorse. He's been amazing at every level he's ever played in. And the kid Black, that's the running back from Indiana that's coming there. You could get him later on. So I don't know, man, but I agree with you.
I think running backs are a dime a dozen. There's 100 of them that come out in the draft every year. And I'm not saying that every one of them is going to be as good as Breece Hall, but do they need to be? You know, they don't need to be.
No.
You know, you just need a serviceable running back. If you have a special one, you pay him. And if not, you keep him for 3 or 4 years and you move on. That's just the way I look at running back. And I don't know if you guys remember the Rocky movies, but when Creed and Rocky are having the rematch, Creed is just beating the crap out of sparring partners. And his manager's like, man, you got to ease up on these sparring partners. And he says, just get me another one. That's how I feel about running backs. Just get me another one.
Hell yeah. I love Rocky, man. Oh, dude, that's such a great movie, man. So
yeah.
Phil, did you see about Chuck Norris?
Yeah.
They said they said that he made the onions tear up. That's what I heard.
Oh man.
But yeah,
it's a good one.
But Phil, you're right, man. I'm sorry, Snowball.
No, I was gonna say it seems like now it's Snowboy. I got a new name. I think we're reaching the end. Let's all sum it up.
So Phil,
okay.
let me ask you, right? So you are Muji right now. 2-16. Okay, we're not doing any kind of trades. We're not doing no trade backs, trade ups, none of that. 2-16 and the 33rd pick. Okay, who are you going with?
Yeah, we've talked about this a couple of times. I'm not real big on trying to project, even as far as 16, because you just don't know how the board's going to fall. All right, but I have no problem with Sonny Styles at 2. If we're going to pick at 2, I have no problem with Sonny Styles. At 16 and 33, I'm going to have to see best player on the board and the needs that I have. I want a wide receiver. Okay. You know, if Ty Simpson's still there at 33, maybe I think about it, depending on what I did at 16, depending on if I trade back. So like, I'm just not one of those guys who goes, here's my plan for my first 4 picks. But I will say, if I'm sitting at number 2, if they take Mendoza and I'm at 2 and I don't trade out, I think I'm taking Sonny Styles.
Yeah, I think the more and more as the days are going, because I switch with Reese and Sonny all the time, but I think Sonny's the guy, man. Like I could see Sonny with that size. I think he's 6'5", if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
and that vertical that he has, freaking jumping up and getting an interception.
He's a freaking beast, man.
So, you know,
freak athlete. He does everything well. I would love to see that.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, Phil, I always enjoy you coming on here, man. I am glad that you were able to come onto the stream tonight. I heard you got some real cool merch. I heard you might be showing it off soon. Can't wait. And
Absolutely, man.
Hey,
I'm doing it for Johnny. I'm
Phil's
doing it for
working
Johnny.
He's working the night shift, man.
Yep. All right, man. I appreciate you guys. And so is it now Johnny Ball and Snow
Snowboy and Johnny Ball.
I think that's a good idea. Like I kind of like that.
Just switch it around.
Yeah, I think I should.
Right?
Hold on. Let me do it right now.
Oh, there you go. Switch it over to Johnny Ball.
Afram, always a pleasure, my friend.
Same here.
Later,
Well,
Phil.
All right, Phil.
Peace.
Peace.
See you, man.
Don't put an S after the ball. So
I know.
Oh, Johnny
I was
Ball?
going to.
There you go. Snowboy and Johnny Ball. I like the way that sounds. That's actually pretty good for tonight. Afram?
Yes, sir.
Did
you open up the mystery box?
No, because okay, so
Wait.
here's the situation, right? If you haven't subscribed yet, you should. If you haven't hit the like yet, please do. So we have gotten over the 500 subscriber mark, but to like pull the curtain back a little bit, you need 3,000 hours of watch time on your channel, and
Before
we
you can
don't
monetize?
to monetize. So we don't have 3,000 hours.
How much is short?
So we're short like 220 hours, but that's not. It's pretty easy to make up. Probably by next week we'll be there. So when we are able to monetize, right, then I will open up the mystery box. So didn't happen this week, but yeah, we'll probably be there next week, and we'll reveal what's in the mystery box when we'll come up with some amazingly cool way of. Can I get a wheel from 1 to 500 and however many subscribers we have, and then I'll just spin the wheel and we'll see which one it pops on, and then I'll go down the list and see which subscriber is that number. Maybe
for me.
Afram, so I'm gonna ask you the same question. 2-16, no trade backs, no trade downs, right? Your perfect pickups at those two picks. Who are you getting?
I want Reese and I want Sadiq at 16.
Ooh, okay. I like it.
Yeah.
I
just think his versatility is more trouble for opposing teams than a number 2 wide receiver.
Agreed. Especially that I think that'll benefit the wide receiving room as well.
Right.
You know, because you're not using him and utilize him as the traditional tight ends. Like that's my whole convo.
Yeah, and I think Mitchell wants something to prove. So, he's young enough, and I think he has the ability. I don't think we cannot judge anybody this past year because just nothing was going right. I don't think they were. No one knew what was going on, and it just didn't. You didn't have the right. You didn't have the right quarterback. You didn't have anything. So let's see now. We get with Gino has the ability to throw. Yeah, he'll throw more touchdowns than picks, but that was Gino. But he can also run, and he can also manage the game. Okay, he is a starting.
You know what he's gonna do? First game, he's gonna throw a bomb that you and I. How many games?
Arian Smith,
right? Jesus, how many times were we asking for that?
Yeah, let's see what happens. We saw, and everyone's saying how Muji didn't do well in the draft, but we don't know because you can't judge 1 year on a draft. The year usually takes three years at least before you can judge a player. Some are faster, and then some take time, and also how you use them. And we didn't have a guy who even wanted to throw the ball deep. He couldn't throw 5 yards. All right, so let's not. We never know. And you got to coach them, and maybe now with these new coaches, let's see how well they respond and how well they play. I'm looking forward to it.
I'll tell you this about Arian Smith. Every time Arian Smith was asked to do something, he always did it. Oh, you need me to go play over here? Cool, I'll go do it. And you know the thing, when I went to the practice that I saw, after everybody was done, right? Arian Smith was still on the field, working on his route running, working on his footwork, and still working
his craft.
on catching.
Yeah.
After everybody was gone, I was like, "Damn, man, this kid wants it," you know. So I don't know if that
Let's just
says
hope for the
anything.
best, yeah. I'm wondering what they do at 33. If Simpson's there, I think he might take him. I'm not sure.
I hope they go another linebacker.
Yeah, I hope what's his name is CJ Allen is there from Georgia.
The only thing with Ty Simpson is that if you draft him this year, you have to play him. You have to play him this year.
Necessarily. Necessary.
The thing is
at second, right?
How do you go into 2027 with 3 first-round picks and not know what Ty Simpson is? Like, how can you do that and have him be a mystery, right? Like, you can't have him be a mystery and go into 2027. Like, you have to know something about him, whether or not he can play in a – because you have, all these quarterbacks coming out. You have 3 first-round picks. Like, how do you know you need to do that?
I want to talk about that for a few minutes, if you don't mind. Because now I'm listening to I watch as many shows as possible when I have a time. During the day I just whatever I can pick up. Now I'm hearing talks that this guy Sellers, he's not as good as this guy. This guy is better than this guy. If this guy was in this draft, he would be over here. All of a sudden, this great class of 27 is now. So can we afford to wait another year?
Nope.
Well, we can. You, me, Johnny, we all can wait.
We have no choice but to wait.
Right.
But can the team wait with you
person
have young you got
Aaron
guys
Glenn is the person. Aaron Glenn is the person who can't wait.
Yeah. It's another year these guys are on a contract. You can't waste this time. If you have all these young guys, eventually you're going to lose some of these guys. So you're going to have to do something now. And if you put a guy who can game manage, and he's young, and you put yourself a nice defense, and you can score, guess what? You'll compete. And that quarterback's only going to get better, right?
And that quarterback's name is Geno Smith.
Afram, you know what? The hope for me is this: that we get a player that comes in, and we get a quarterback, right? And he outbeats Geno. Okay. Yeah. And it's like the Russell Wilson situation, that this kid came in, he beat the guy that was supposed to be the one, and boom. Like it would truly be, and who's the player that might do that? Dude, I'm really big on Drew Allar, man. Like,
I get it. Are they big on Drew Allar?
Yeah.
Are they big on Garrett Nussmeier?
Supposedly
are they big on Cole Payton? Are they
supposedly they are on Drew Allar? There's reports that are coming out now that they are. So what I'm trying to say, whoever the hell it is, it would be amazing if quarterback comes in and outbeats Geno.
Yeah.
And then we're not even having this conversation in 2027 about a quarterback because we finally had somebody that dropped and we found it.
Yeah. You want that. You want time with your team. So this way you start next year even better.
We made a big mistake last year.
Oh, we're not getting Will Howard.
We had the opportunity to get Will Howard in the draft, and they passed on him. He was there several times, and you're going to see, man. I'm telling you, he's going to.
You have the card now. You have the card in the case, so you'll always have him forever.
In a case, yes. I forever will hold him close to my heart. And when he balls out, and he wins them a Lombardi before we even get close, I'm telling you.
Listen, you keep hearing this with like they say, Simpson's so good, but if he had extra starts, he would have been. You get everyone sees him differently. It's how you see him, how you know you're going to coach him. And it could be a Lar, it could be anybody. But it had, and I see Rob Davila. We can afford a fourth rounder sitting. If he's your quarterback, and you know that he's going to be your quarterback, and you could do something with him, you take him when you can. That's how I look at it. Every pick is everyone says this guy's a generational guy. We said that about Lawrence, right? Took him a while to get better. Caleb Downs is a no-brainer. We don't know. Everything is good on highlight films in college. When they play the big game, let's see how they react. They might be good, or they might be average, or above average.
Listen, just wait until Johnny Boy and I start going to the Senior Bowl.
There you go.
Right? And we start doing player evaluations on the sidelines. So
yeah. Listen, I could only go by what I look at. That's why I figure Reese is more versatile, in my opinion. I think he can do everything that Styles can do. Yeah. But he gives him a different dimension. And for me, the reason Sadiq is because I just think it just does something. Linebackers can't cover him. They're gonna have to put different guys, and he just changes the whole offense. It just does something because he can do. He's got some skill, speed and skill. So, if does he drop at 16? I can only hope. But I think he gets to Kansas City for some reason because
you see that there's reports now coming that supposedly that now they're seeing Caleb Downs is dropping because of the whole degenerated knee meniscus thing that he has. I'm just like, fuck, if he drops at 16, like, holy shit, could you imagine? Right? Like, let's just say it's your Reese at 2, right? And then Caleb Downs. Fucking Jets, the Jets, if he dropped. The Jets won the Jets won, I would say.
But if he drops, what makes you think the Jets are going to take him then at 16? So, I would love
because of AD Mitchell. AD Mitchell is going to talk highly about him.
If they look at him and they say, that he's a perfect fit for them, we only could go by how they're going to build this team. We as fans, we see each other. We'd love to get everybody we want, right?
Right.
But you see the way they free agent with the edge rushers, so it kind of makes you think that Reese is going to be their guy, 3-4. It's the 16th pick. Mekhi Lemon, they say, or there's Omar Cooper. But listen, if Sadiq's at 7, boy, I'm telling you.
I know.
It makes a world of difference. They could scheme it all up just for them.
Him and Mason Taylor.
Yeah,
who are you guarding? And then you got freaking Garrett Wilson and AD Mitchell, and you run something like that. Jeez.
Yeah, you're gonna have to bring guys in to cover the tight ends at that point.
With a line that looks like it's going to be able to protect Smith for a while.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. And like I said, you don't even know. AD Mitchell could be a number 2. Everyone thinks he's a number 3, but you know something? Everyone thought this guy was going to be this, and this guy was going to be like this, and then this guy was going to be like this. It's it's up to the player. Hey, did we know that what's his name? Tampa Bay's quarterback was going to be where he is now. What was his name? What's his name? Baker Mayfield. Yeah. No one even thought he was going to make the first pick overall. Yep. He's had some bad years with the Browns and this and that, and all of a sudden he's found life in a different location.
Insert Diego Pavia.
And
he ends up being the best quarterback in this draft.
He didn't look too good on but he didn't look too good in the combine as far as the throwing. But that's fine. Hey, listen, someone might want him.
But he could do a flip.
I tell you this, Rob Davila, thanks, man, for being here with us. You've been rocking us for a while, but he says Reese at 2, Sadiq at 16, Boston at 33, and then either Hill or Rodriguez at 44. I'll take that all day, every day.
I would take it. Yeah. What the hell? I don't. That was perfect. I like Rodriguez.
I do. So do I, man.
Yeah.
I'm like so big on this kid, you know. And look, and this is, and I love CJ. I love CJ, man, and what he did over there for our dogs.
Yeah.
But that Rodriguez kid, man, something about him, I tell you. So, but
CJ's highly thoughted.
He is. He really is.
You can land CJ. That's not a bad deal.
It's not. I'll be happy with either or, you know.
Yeah.
So, but Afram, we're closing up shop.
Go ahead.
We
Thank you
appreciate
for bringing
so
me
much,
on
man.
No, I appreciate you guys.
Nah, we always bring you up, man. You know we appreciate you coming on the show, man.
Yeah.
Always good takes.
Yeah.
So
you're left-handed thrower.
No,
but you're right-handed.
That was I'm a righty. The video was reversed. So it made me look like I was a lefty, but
I was when I bowled, I'm a lefty, so it was just. I wish I'd bowled more, but when I moved out of from Brooklyn to Jersey, there was no one wanted to bowl and this and that.
Lefties have it easy because nobody tears up that side of the lane.
Yeah, and
very few.
I had a hook because I'm a natural lefty, and
yeah,
I was doing good. I had left with a 192 average, and
that's nice.
No one wants to bowl anymore. So
the kids do. There's a lot of kids bowling now.
Yeah, now, but when I was, no one was interested,
I'm going to turn you on to a channel you can watch. It's called Brad and Kyle. So watch Brad and Kyle. They're reps from Storm, and they bowl in the Pro Tour. So
cool.
It's cool. If you like to, I love to watch bowling. I grew up watching bowling. So
Earl Anthony, that's my guy.
Earl Anthony, Mark Roth,
Mark
Pete Weber,
Roth.
right? Yeah, Norm Duke. Those are all my guys.
There was a lot of guys back then,
right? But they're
gentlemen
guys now. Yes. Have a good night.
You two guys have a great weekend. Okay.
Later, Afram.
Thanks
I'll probably see you on Dano's channel later.
I don't know. I gotta wake up because the kid has her first game is at 8 a.m. And I gotta get her on the field by 7:30 to stretch and. I love it, so I don't,
Yes,
do it for the
that's
kids.
What life is all about. That's
100%.
And I did it for 15 years.
Yeah.
Life is for Snowboy and Johnny Balls to get on the back, okay? On the back.
Johnny
over
Balls.
Yeah,
oh, by the way, did you win on the Asmaniac or did you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't. I lost.
Then I'm not watching it anymore. That's bullshit.
Listen,
I appreciate that.
Afram, it was Luppy, it was his birthday, and it was St. Patrick's Day. So the fix was in, man. That's it. That's all right.
All right. Hey, gentlemen,
Afram,
have a great night.
You too, man. Thank you.
Have a good one. Okay.
Oh man.
Well, turn the lights off because it's over.
It is done. Guys, everybody that's watching after the fact. We have been going on for over 3 hours and a half already.
Yep.
Thank you guys so much. This has been another Friday episode of Jets World
Wide.
Tune in next week. We got a doozy, number 69. Episode 69.
Big
that
shine,
might be
69.
Mm-hmm. Mr. 69 is gonna making his way downtown, Jets Worldwide, looking, and I'm out.
This is Jets Worldwide. Wide.